gentlemen, and welcome to No Surprises. For I am, of course, your host, Paul St. James. Along with me, as always, Mr. Nick London.
Oh yes, I'm back, and I'm back to do No Surprises 4 live from the Pyramid Centre in Portsmouth.
We've got a fantastic card of action here for you. Just tell us some of the matches, Nick.
Oh man, I'm looking forward to this one. Mark Sloan, who's going to take on James Tighe. It's going to be student versus teacher. Justin Richards versus Jonny Storm, which will be a rematch. Robbie Brookside will be taking on the visiting Kendo Kashin. Xavier versus the Duke of Danger with Cammy on the line. And the main event, FWA champion Fleisch will take on the golden hope of the new school, Solid Gold Scott Parker.
I am myself looking forward to that main event. Solid Gold Scott Parker looking to bring the belt back.
Oh, and look who's here. It's the lovely Jane Childs. Fourth No Surprises. This is going to be a good one. Each one keeps getting better.
Before I go any further, can I just remind you all that this is a family show? So please, if I can ask for no swearing. So if anyone wants to swear,
and what's this?
out the
What's
way
this
now?
Jane Child being handed something here? I wonder what this is about.
One of the backstage hands just handed Jane something, and if it's from Victoria de Montfort, it can't be good.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've just had a piece of paper put into my hand. This is a special instruction from Victoria de Montfort, the Commissioner of the FWA. And she's saying that regarding the old school this evening, if any member of the old school loses their match, they're out of the FWA.
What? What? That's disgusting. I know the old school have done some bad things, but that's hardly fair competition.
Well, I'm not one of Victoria de Mont's fans, but I'm very happy she's taking this action. This is what needs to be done to sort out your old school bullies.
So with this in mind, some matches have been altered from what was advertised. But we'll get straight into our first
I have to say, picking up on what Jane was talking about, this is completely unfair. Some of my favourite wrestlers, their jobs are on the line tonight. How can you condone this? I don't care if they've been slamming heads and breaking bodies. It's not fair.
Well, Nick London, if you have as much confidence in the old school as you say you have, you should be worried tonight. But honestly, it looks like you are.
Well, you're right. I can't be worried for them because I know that the old school are going to do what the old school do best, and that's break some bones. Just to remind people, such matches where the stipulation will take place will be Justin Richards versus Jonny Storm. If Justin Richards from the old school loses, he's out of the FWA. Same goes for the FWA champion Fleisch when he takes on Scott Parker.
And this matchup, this main event, is taking on a whole new perspective. Fleisch are not only fighting to defend his title, now fighting to defend his very livelihood.
It is not a good day in old school, Bill.
But getting back to this matchup, this should be a great matchup. Tell us about some of the history of this matchup, Nick.
Well, coming to the ring at the moment is a young man, and although he's inexperienced, his cockiness, quite frankly, makes him a wonder to watch. This is Can't Touch This, Chris Justice. I'm a fan favourite, that's for sure. His opponent tonight is going to be Ghosh. Now, both of these men have been training and preparing for their big opportunity in the FWA. Both of them were trained by the specialist Mark Sloan. And whilst Ghosh has been keeping on his own and finding out what he's really worth, and Chris Justice has been sucking up to Mark, and I think that's the way to get ahead in the FWA.
Well, as we know, Chris is actually James's tag team partner. These two are fighting for a matter of respect.
Yes, he is. Yes, Chris Justice here. He is tag team partner of James Tighe. And James Tighe tonight will be taking on his teacher, Mark Sloan. Well, anyway, let's get back to this match. Come on, Paul St. James. earn your money and call the match.
Well, as you can see, an arm lock being applied by here. And it's into a wrist lock, taken in. Just looking to. Another wrist lock, and now the pressure being applied really tightly on the wrist lock. Really trying to pick the body pocket, but that's beautifully manoeuvred out into the wrist lock himself.
Well, you can tell they've been trained by the specialist Mark Sloan. They're both solid man. I mean, look at that. That was a beautiful example. One had a counter and one recounted it.
He's got him on his shoulders in a fireman's carry. He takes Ghosh down and Irish whip in. Ghosh ducks the clothesline, comes back up, ducks a second clothesline. Oh, misses the crossbody block. And that was beautifully ducked. Ghosh over. Over again. Gets a monkey flip. Oh, he flips out of it. Goes down. Over.
Now, speaking of monkeys, I don't want you picking on Mark Sloan tonight. I know what it is with you. You've got a problem with anyone who I seem to like because you're biased. And you're biased and it makes me sick. But tonight, I think we can both agree that these two young stallions are the future of the FWA. I will admit that they are impressive and I hope to see more of them in the years to come.
Yes, these are two great wrestlers. The future of the FWA is in the youth town. It's not in the old school, it's in the youth of today, and these two men are prime examples of that.
I was wondering when you were going to get around to the old school. You can't help but pick.
And arm drags here by Ghosh.
Ghosh now sending Chris Justice off the ropes, but Chris Justice, you know, whether it's his cockiness or his ability, he's one step ahead of Ghosh.
Ghosh now being whipped in the rib. Oh, beautifully done. Now, Chris Justice reverses it. Ghosh springboards over, goes for a sunset flip. 1, 2. Oh, kick out there by Chris Justice. High crossbody block there for another near fall. Ghosh now tightly applying the chin lock. Really sinking in. Referee will have to check it now into a headlock.
I was about to sorry to interrupt you there, I just wanted to say that these two men, you have to understand, they know each other so well. This could go on all night. Counter, re-counter, reversal, reapplication of a hold.
That was a beautiful high knee by Ghosh on Chris Justice, and he gets a near fall out of it.
The referee there making sure that if the free count was going to happen, it was going to happen, but it's not going to happen yet.
Chris Justice, a series of forearms to the midsection of Ghosh. Now, and a forearm to the face. Chris Justice, what's he going for here? And a slam there on Ghosh.
It was an old school style body slam. The basics are best.
Chris Justice here. That was an old school body slam, but that was a new school slingshot splash, and he gets a near fall out of it on Ghosh.
Slingshot splash? Slingshot, look what it got him. It only got him a 1.5 count at best.
Justice whipping in Ghosh into the ducks and the clothesline. Drop kick by Ghosh. Now going to the top rope here.
Now you see, these are the type of things that the FWA need to wean out. Not old school members, but these reckless moves.
Beautiful top rope drop kick there, taking the head of Chris Justice and getting a near fall from it. That was beautifully executed there by Ghosh.
It was beautifully executed, but completely ineffective in my opinion. Chris Justice is still kicking.
Ghosh trying to go for a suplex here, but Justice blocking it constantly. Justice going to try and reverse it. He does so. Brainbuster drops him right on the head, injuring the back of the neck. You can see he's grabbing it.
Like I used to always say, it's not the move you know, but how you hit it. He dropped him on the back of his neck, and Ghosh is quite simply in trouble now.
And a forearm on the back. Oh, they're trading forearms now. Another forearm from Ghosh. A forearm from Justice. Another forearm from Ghosh. Another forearm. A second one. Trifecta of fours by Justice.
You gotta believe that the fans here in the Portsmouth Pyramid Centre are behind both of these men. It's both their hometowns, and both of them want the win to impress their friends, family, and all the ladies of Portsmouth.
Well, Justice now dancing. I don't know what that is. He's a chicken dancing thing, but Justice taking Ghosh up. Where's he going? Beautiful second turnbuckle moonsault.
And he got it! Well, I'll tell you one thing. Chris Justice, the Ibiza dancing champion, is going to
Wait a minute. Who is this in the ring? Who is this man?
I have absolutely no idea. I've never seen this. I would just want to know where the hell security is. Oh my Lord!
He took his head off nearly.
This man is killing Kruiz Justice. Oh, he's going to after this, whatever it...
Oh, he dropped him with a torture back into a neck breaker. Beautifully done there. And look at this man.
If I was Roger Ghosh, I'd be getting out of there. Roger Ghosh, you've got more brawn than brain, obviously.
Oh, Tiger Bomb! Tiger Bomb!
Absolutely just going. Kruiz Justice wants some more. Well, he's obviously got too much guts too, but I'm sure whoever this man is, he's going to make him suffer. Pump handle set up. Into an Emerald Fusion-esque maneuver there. That was beautiful. Oh my God. We were saying how these two men, Roger Ghosh, Kruiz Justice, the future of the FWA, and whoever this man is, I don't know who he is, but he just destroyed the future of the FWA. Scotty Rock, who used to be with the FWA, has not been booked for this show, and he doesn't seem like he's taking it too kindly at the moment. You've been getting harassing phone calls from him all week. At the last show, James Tighe cost Mark Sloan the All-England Championship with this miscommunication here. And this is going to lead us to tonight because the Zebra Kid got the upset, in my opinion, over the specialist Mark Sloan, and all because of James Tighe.
Well, this is really a grudge match on many levels. It's pupil versus trainer, and it's going to be a fantastic matchup.
It's going to be an absolutely fantastic one. I'm a big fan of the specialist Mark Sloan. As a wrestler, you've only got to look at his win-loss record to see how impressive he is. As a teacher, you want to look at his students and how they are impressive. Don't get me wrong, James Tighe is a very impressive man, and he will have an awesome future ahead of him. But he's under the shadow of the specialist, and he always will be, in my opinion. Well, until Mark's ready, Tighe ain't going anywhere.
Well, this is the perfect opportunity for James Tighe to step out of the shadow and prove himself as a great future prospect for the FWA. Things you've got to watch out from James Tighe. That Titanic hits an excellent maneuver. If he hits it, I've got to believe it's curtains for Mark Sloan.
Have you seen the Titanic? I've not actually seen it yet. I've been hearing lots of fantastic things about this move, but forget about that. The Mark's going to hit the specialist slam. Double underhook, front slam. That's a hell of a devastating move.
Just hold up there, Nick. Can you hear them? Can you hear the fans?
I can't hear anything.
There's a lot of monkey chants going on here.
Oh, not the monkey chants. Listen here, Mr. St. James. Can't you just appreciate them for the wrestlers that they are? Look at him. He's an awesome specimen. He's so technically refined.
Look at that face. Only a mother could love that face, and my God, you'd have to pay her. Mark Sloan actually is coming to the ring now. He's really on the fans' cases. He doesn't know why they don't appreciate him for his talent.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. He doesn't need them to appreciate them. All he needs is to go in there, do what he does best, and that's show James Tighe who is the master. Mark Sloan is the teacher. James Tighe is the student, and that pecking order is going to remain tight here at No Surprises 4.
We shall see about that, Nick London, momentarily. This is a match I am quite personally looking forward to. It should be a great wrestling match. Both these guys technically sound.
Technically sound indeed, like I said. And James Tighe can thank his mentor, Mark Sloan, for being technically proficient. Admittedly, James is an awesomely built young man, but he's no touch on Mark Sloan when it comes to wrestling ability.
A shake of the hand there. Uncharacteristic sportsmanship from Mark Sloan.
Well, it is his student. I'm sure he has some respect. James Tighe is his star student.
Tighe up there, go behind James Tighe, go behind for Mark Sloan, and reversal by James Tighe. A reverse, oh, well done there by James Tighe. That was a nice manoeuvre. He knew what Mark Sloan wanted to do. Go around, he dropped down. Mark Sloan nowhere to go, straight on the mat.
Oh
Quite
yes, this
embarrassing.
is going to be a wonderful match in that both men know each other very well. But let's face it, Mark Sloan, he's the master. He knows James just that little bit better. And when it counts, which is tonight, he's going to make it count.
Yeah. Another tie up Mark Sloan into the headlock now. He's got it tightly applied on Tighe. Tighe trying to listen into the hammerlock now. Taking it up. Beautiful. Got it well tightly scouted there. Oh, and well done by Tighe. Over at the armbar. Putting plenty of torque on that wrist now. Really twisting it.
Now I just want you fans to know that it may look like that James has got the advantage, but it's really just a trick by Mark indeed. He's gonna outmaneuver him, outthink him, and when Tighe least expects it, he's gonna take the win.
There we go. Reverse by Tighe. Got him over for the roll up. 1, 2. Oh. Nice move there by Sloan.
See, there's Mark showing that in-ring savvy. James kicked out, but instead of pining about it like these new schoolers always tend to, Mark Sloan knows what he's doing. He applied the choke and he kept the pressure on, and now he's working on the arm.
Oh, Sloan now taking James. He's going for that cross arm lock. He's got it locked in beautifully there. Cross arm, very influential in Japanese wrestling, this cross arm lock, and he's got it nicely sunk there. Plenty of torque on that arm.
See, I want to know how anyone can beat Mark Sloan. He really is that good. But the thing is, James Tighe has the disadvantage in that Mark Sloan knows James inside and out. He made him, he's going to break him tonight.
Mark Sloan has all that experience coming around the back. Knee on the arm there, really putting the pressure on this arm. Now sitting on with a nice maneuver. Mark Sloan, I think he's calling some bananas, isn't he?
He ain't calling for bananas, he's calling for respect, but he knows that the fans are too stupid to give him respect. I respect Mark Sloan, and Paul St. James, if you want to have a job for here for long, I think you ought to respect the wrestlers like Mark Sloan too.
Mr. Nick London, oh, well that was a beautiful maneuver that really took him over, slamming on that metal ramp there, really putting torque on the neck.
The metal ramming into the arm of James Tighe. Mark Sloan is just going to destroy James. He wants to embarrass him.
He really does. Mark Sloan, oh, what's his problem with the fans? What are the fans doing?
Well, I can see that the referee's asking the fans. I wouldn't ask them. They wouldn't even know the time if they had a watch on both arms.
Mark Sloan now allowing James Tighe to get back in the ring. And he thinks it's sportsmanship, clapping his hands. Quick, give him a blue Peter badge. What a guy.
Oh, he's a hell of a guy. I've been speaking to him in the back, and he's nice as pie. He's nice as peach. But all you need to know is that in the ring, he's the baddest man you could meet.
Looks to clothesline. Over. Takes him over. Oh, wheelbarrow. Oh, he's going after that arm. Oh! And he's got, that's like a Fujiwara armbar. Plenty of torque once again on the and Tighe has read the ropes, and he will be thankful of that.
That was fascinating. Mark Sloan went for one move. James caught it. James might have had an opportunity to hit a German suplex, which he's been known for. But Mark just took the momentum away, applied the arm lock, and once again, Mark Sloan is in control.
Oh, Mark Sloan may be in control, but he's not now. The trunks saying no equal. Tighe is looking to make sure that he is more than Sloan's equal. With a body press, he's got him high above. Oh, he slams on the rampway.
See, this is disgusting. James Tighe was being ground to the ground. But now all he does is he hits a couple of clotheslines and throws him to the outside. What kind of wrestling is that? I'm not impressed. Paul St. James, I don't think you should be impressed. And that's my opinion. And when it's my opinion, it's the only opinion.
There's a phrase out there, it was do unto us as you would have them do unto you. He did that to Tighe. Tighe just paid him back.
Did you hear my opinion? Because it was my opinion.
Well, it's your opinion, quite frankly. You can keep it to yourself. Look at Sloan. He wants Tighe to invite him in the ring. Let me in the ring, he's saying. Let me in the ring. Oh, kick in the midsection. Never trust someone like Mark Sloan. Oh, whipping the ropes.
What do you mean trust? Wrestling ring isn't for trust. You're going in there, you're trying to beat the other man. You're trying to...
What a maneuver.
You're trying to climb the ladder. You want to become the champion. There's a selection of championships in offer in the FWA, but everyone wants the big one.
There's a famous quote by a famous wrestler that goes, you can do two things in this business. You can make money or you can make friends. And obviously Mark Sloan intent on climbing the ladder and making money.
Making money. Absolutely. It's the core of his being. Who needs friends when you're about to pile drive him into submission?
Mark Sloan slamming Tighe quite far away from the table. We'll see what's in store for him. Springboard up. High cross. Oh, Tighe caught him. Tighe caught him beautifully. Sloan, oh, back of the arm once again. Locking in that arm lock.
Once again, Mark Sloan looked to be in trouble, but he just took the momentum, and now he's in control. He's got that inverse Fujiwara, and James gets the escape.
Sloan, oh, he's going for the leg. What's he got in store for him here? Oh, Tighe gets the leg. Tighe locking that leg up in a tight leg lock. He's got it really locked in.
I think I've seen that move before. I think Mark Sloan did that move one time. James is nothing but a damn move stealer.
Oh, a brutal clothesline from Sloan there. Sloan taking his head off nearly.
You see, Mark Sloan knows how to hit a clothesline. It was nice, it was on the neck, and it must have drove the wind out of James.
Sloan, oh, Sloan whipped in the ropes. Sloan, oh, over. Sloan, oh, a clash of heads there.
I have to say, that looked quite nasty, but both men are down. This will be interesting. This could be the turning point of the match. But if I know Mark Sloan, nothing's going to stop him get the win.
Sloan looks to be in trouble at the main. Tighe whips him in the rope. Tighe. Oh, he landed on his feet.
Once again, James ought to get back into the ring, because this really is dirty shenanigans from this so-called wrestler.
He caught him, and that's the Fujiwara armbar locked in there in all its glory.
See, once again, Mark Sloan is using the basics. James is trying and be impressive, trying to be Flash, but it's not doing anything against a man with the savvy of the intelligence of the specialist.
Mark Sloan, 3 kicks to the midsection there, beautiful spinning leg lariat to the chin, took him right down, and Tighe looks to be in real trouble.
You see, Paul, Mark is playing with James. The master is just playing with the student. James isn't ready. James is not ready for the big hoo-ha, the big push. He should just get back where he belongs, and that's helping Mark.
Oh, James caught Sloan by surprise there. Forward slam. What's he got in charge from here? Oh, the Tighe star press. Beautifully done there.
I'd say once again it was an impressive move, but it's not a proper wrestling move. Now that's a proper wrestling move.
German super. Oh, close, but no cigar.
It was a good, solid move, and I'm not surprised when your teacher's Mark Sloan. But now James climbed to the top, and this could be costly.
Oh, he missed the moonsault. There was no one there, and he just hit Mark, and that could be it.
And there's the win.
2. Oh, he kicked that one 3.
No, I'm quite surprised with that one. I'm surprised Mark didn't make the pin a little bit tighter. And there was Mark Sloan now with a thrust kick. And Mark Sloan, we're back on the cover. He's still not winning.
James Tighe here looks to be in a lot of trouble. Sloan picks him up, takes him to the corner. What could be in store for Tighe here?
Well, Mark Sloan's taking him to the top rope. So whatever it is, it's going to be high impact, and it's going to do the job.
It looks like it's going to be a suicide. Oh, top rope
Oh,
DDT.
FWA! Mark Sloan with a top rope DDT, planting and
1,
drilling the
2.
neck back into James'
kicked
body.
out. Don't believe how he kicked out of that.
I can't believe that either. Obviously, Mark's just going to have to come up with something else to take care of this ungrateful little...
Backslide. 1. Oh, he kicks out.
It's a good thing you cut me off there. I really didn't want to say what I was going to...
Small package. 1, 2. Oh, and a kick out again.
It's all getting very close. The momentum is building up. It's got to come down to a thunderous clash, and there it was. Mark Sloan with some sort of heel kick. Springboard off the second rope.
That was beautifully done. Oh, he kicked out on 2 again. Another near fall, and these 2 men really giving it their all. Who will prevail? I can't tell.
Mark Sloan going for the specialist slam. He sets it up, and he hits it!
Beautifully hit specialist slam. That should be all.
That should be all, but we'll see. Come on, Mark,
1,
you can do it.
2. Oh, he kicked out. And this man, this might not be the most intelligent move. Sorry to cut you off there. This might not be the most intelligent move by Tighe.
You can see on the face of Mark Sloan that he was getting frustrated. It's all becoming a bit wary, but Mark's going to hit him with not 1, but 2 power bombs. And that could be it.
Done. Oh, he kicked out again. What does Sloan have to do to put this young man away? He must be starting to really think, what have I got to do to put this young guy away?
See, I want to know, is referee Andrew Coyne counting a bit slower? It all seems like Mark should have had the win ages ago.
Mark Sloan once again. It looks like he's going for another power bomb here.
Well, James ain't going to go with it, but James with a reversal and into the ropes.
Whips him into the ropes. Misses the elbow. Sloan with a middle kick. Oh, a roaring elbow from Mark Sloan there. He misses. Oh, it's the Titanic.
Titanic? This is the Titanic?
Oh, that was beautifully done.
My God, a bridging T-bone. It can't be it. No!
Titanic. Bridging T-bone into the Northern Lights bomb, and that is all for Mark Sloan.
I cannot believe that. I have to say, in my opinion, that is one of the biggest upsets of the year. I know James Tighe was called the Rookie of the Year, but no rookie should have beaten the Specialist. And right here in the Specialist's hometown of Portsmouth.
Well, as I mentioned before, it was time for Chris Tighe to step out from the shadow of Mark Sloan, and that's exactly what he's done right here tonight at No Surprises 4.
But doesn't James realise and there's Scotty Rock again, hassling and having words with referee Andrew Coyne. I mean, can you smell the beer from there? It's horrendous.
Yeah, it smells like a total brewery. And this is a show of sportsmanship now. Tighe wanting to shake his former mentor's hand.
James selfishly took the win, let's face it.
Oh yes, what a selfish man. I'll just lie down and let Mark Sloan pin me. He needed to do this for himself to prove that he had what it took to survive in the FWA.
Doesn't James realise that he could have destroyed this bond that they had, this tag team? They could have been champions together one day, but now that could have all gone.
Oh, and look at that. That's good sportsmanship, that. A show of mutual respect there. And that Mark Sloan has just went up a little bit in my estimations with that show of respect.
Well, at least that match is up. Oh, this is trouble. Dean A.S., the old school representative.
And is that Nikita? No, that's Drew McDonald. That's Drew. That's definitely... What
How can you get Drew McDonald mixed up with Nikita? Honestly.
It was Nikita. Call up not Nikita, the woman, you baboon. But anyway, speaking of baboons, here comes another one, Dean Ayas.
Well, and he's been brought to the ring with his fellowship of the old school in Justin Richards and Drew McDonald.
Very good match, gentlemen. Very good match. Now you see, the way it goes is this. If Victoria wants to take away from the old school, then I will have to recruit. James Tighe. Excellent match, my friend. Very good. You know, Power Magazine Rookie of the Year. Compared by the journalists to a young Lance Storm. There you go. But you see, the trouble is, James, you're now in that tricky second year. So what I have on the table for you here, now listen to me, what I've got here for you is the opportunity to further your career to heights you can only dream of. Look at the old school. We've got the money, we've got the women, we have got the FWA Heavyweight Championship right here in the old school. So James, I'm giving you this, the chance of a lifetime. Come join the old school. What do you say?
Sounds like a hell of a tempting offer, and ours, James, I take it.
You know, Dean, I appreciate the offer, but well, frankly, I'm quite happy with how my career's going now. I think that's going to be the choice.
Listen, Sonny, I don't think you understand the chance that you are being given. You never say to Miss Saraya's, maybe you're happy with your life, and you sure as hell never say no to it. So I ask you again, James, what do you say, yes or no?
I'm sorry, the answer's going to have to be no.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the newest member of the old school.
But I haven't...
Oh, what is Mark Sloan? Mark Sloan has joined the old school.
Well, now isn't this one a turn for the book? Obviously, Mark Sloan was giving his student an opportunity to join the old school.
Fall away slam, fall away slam.
It was more of a swanton in my opinion, but that's my opinion, and when it's my opinion, it's the only opinion.
You see, this man came to me, and he said, I set up the FWA in
It looks like Sloan wants to bring the Frontier Wrestling Alliance back into the depths of Portsmouth to where it once came. And looks
McDonald, he's going for the Widowmaker. Oh, he hit it.
That is the most vicious tombstone I've ever seen in my whole career of commentating. Drew McDonald hit the Widowmaker on a defenseless James Tighe. And look at Mark Sloan posing on the body of his former student.
You've got to be happy about this, Nick London. A new recruit for the FWA, which means one falls, you just go out and recruit another one.
Paul, I'm delighted because the old school have just injected some competition once again in the FWA.
Well, preceding our next matchup, which will be Nikita and Hade Vansen versus Sweet Saraya and Kruiz, let's take you back to an incident that happened at Carpe Diem.
Ha ha ha, Paul. At Carpe Diem, Nikita had some scheduled interview time. Obviously, Nikita of TalkSport fame, which is on at 8 o'clock on Saturday night, wanted to talk about her future and her career in the FWA, but it seemed that somebody had something to say about it. It was none other than a woman by the name of Sweet Saraya, a woman who has been in the business for 8 years and is sick of Nikita's claim of being the #1 female in the country. And as you can see from this backflash, Sweet Saraya, my Lord Almighty, is one vicious cat. She was not happy with Nikita's claims, and she wants to prove once and for all, right here tonight at No Surprises 4 with Kruiz, that she is not to be messed with.
This was indeed a brutal beating handed out by Saraya. It was indeed a beating that Nikita may not have recovered from. There's rumours going around she's not actually still at 100%.
Well, here he is, Sweet Saraya giving the powerbomb to Nikita. And I'll tell you one thing, if she can hit that move tonight, or a move just as high impact, it'll be over. But Hade Vansen did come to the rescue at Carpe Diem, and so the match was made. The challenge was accepted. Hade Vansen will tag up with Nikita tonight. Sweet Saraya spitting venom forth.
Well, there's nothing sweet about Saraya. Nothing sweet at all, but will her and Kruiz get the job done against a very good combination, Nikita and Hade Vansen?
Sweet, I tell you, she's sugar and spice and all things nice. But let's not talk about that right now. We got Scotty Rocker ringside still hassling everybody, and it seems that ringside security is finally going to have this man escorted from the building. Referee Andrew Coyne is directing traffic out there, but Scotty Rock's just uncontrollable. This is horrendous.
Get this man out of the arena. What is he doing here? He's not employed by us. He's got no business being here, the drunken bum.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, I have an awesome amount of respect for Scotty Rock. In my opinion, one of the most underrated wrestlers in the country, but he just couldn't take no for an answer when he didn't go on to No Surprises 4. But hopefully he's been kicked out of the... Yeah, I've been told that he has been kicked out of the Pyramid Centre, and hopefully we can continue this show without any more interference.
Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. The next match is our special intergender tag team match. Introducing first to the ring.
Sweet Saraya will be coming to the ring shortly, accompanied by Kruiz. And I'll tell you one thing, you might not think it, but I think Sweet Saraya, she's a bit of alright, but I wouldn't want to say that to her face, because she'll slap the taste buds out of my mouth. Sweet Saraya, she's a professional. She's been in the big business before you were even born.
Look at the state of that. I've seen better dressed wounds.
I think you ought to shut up and let Sweet Saraya tell you why she is the professional that she is. She's going to destroy Nikita, and she may even get her hands on Hade Vansen.
We're eagerly waiting the arrival here of Nikita and Hade Vansen for this mixed tag team matchup. Should be a very good match.
Well, here comes Nikita to the ring now, accompanied by Hade Vansen. Nikita, famous for her appearance at TalkSport Radio. We hope you all would like to join TalkSport Radio at 8 o'clock on Saturday nights alongside Alex Shane and Dean Ayers. But now it's not the time for radio. Now's the time for wrestling. It's No Surprises 4, and this will be Hade Vansen's No Surprises debut, as is Nikita's, as is Kruiz, as is Sweet Saraya.
It's a quadruple No Surprises debut here for these four people, but what kind of impression are they going to make?
I'll tell you one thing, all four men want to climb the ladder of success, and I pray that the referee can keep this one in control.
Yes, it should be a good match, but can they keep it in control? I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I want the fans to understand that if the women do get their hands on the men, I think it will be allowed. I can't confirm this, but if they do, I think the men just might want to run. Women scratch, women bite, women can hand you it.
You told me you enjoyed that.
Well, just call the match, damn it, Paul.
And now Saraya opening up with fists to Nikita.
I'll tell you one thing, I feel sorry for referee Andrew Coyne. He's going to have to argue with Sweet Saraya, and man, I wouldn't want to do it. I don't envy that man's job.
Saraya, her leg dropped right across the chest area.
And already, Sweet Saraya is showing her experience. She's manhandling Nikita this early.
Oh, the crowd really getting on the case of Saraya. Oh, a brutal forearm right to the back, and another clubbing move right to the back.
Well, here we are, Nikita now. Still can't get any offense. Sweet Saraya is already hitting the big moves. She's hitting the slams. She's hitting the DDTs. You know what? I think she might have this in the bag before it's already said.
Oh, a beautiful lariat there by Sweet Saraya, really taking Nikita off her head.
Like earlier with Mark Sloan versus James Tighe, that head nearly came off with the way that clothesline was hit. And Sweet Saraya showing no respect for the rookie Hade Vansen.
Sweet Saraya pulled down my pants. I think I want to throw.
I can't contain myself. You disgust me. I want to know how you got this job. Why don't you call the match? This is what you're being paid for. The tag has been made to Kruiz, and Kruiz at the moment is distracting the referee, allowing Saraya to get one more big move in.
And now Kruiz feels totally in command here. Look at the confidence on his face. Well, and it's slapped to the face. This man needs a good kicking in the balls.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Kruiz has actually faced Nikita one-on-one before, and referee Andrew Coyne is having none of it in his ring. This is his ring, and he wants authority. But I was just about to say that Nikita and Kruiz have faced one another once before, and Kruiz actually got pinned by Nikita. So I wouldn't put Nikita down just yet.
Nikita whipping Kruiz in the ropes. Kruiz comes along, blocks the... Oh, Nikita with a beautiful leg. Flips over. Nikita going for her. Oh, a hip toss. She finally got in there.
Well, this match, this is almost a repeat of sorts because recently these two also competed together in a tag team gauntlet. I failed to mention that Kruiz actually has in fact got one pinfall himself over Nikita in that gauntlet. However, he wasn't successful in the gauntlet, but at least we can say that both of them have faced before.
And
now,
sorry to interrupt you there, my friend, but here comes Hade Vansen, and we see how much Kruiz wants of him.
yes, Hade Vansen and Kruiz, they've had their wars before in the past as well. Both men would love to climb the ladder over the other. Both men may see each other in stepping stones.
Both men now training vicious blows. Vansen really going to work, and here comes Kruiz with a brutal forearm across the back of the head, really wrenching in that headlock.
I have to say, both these men are famous for their educated kicks, so you're going to have to wonder when this is going to come into play.
Oh, a shoulder block there by Kruiz. Kruiz into the ropes over Vansen. Vansen leapfrogs. Oh, high crossbody block there on Kruiz. Referee counts 1, 2. Kruiz kicks out at 2.
Well, obviously, Hade Vansen has got the control at the moment. It'll be interesting to see how long this lasts. Now, would the wise decision to be to allow would Hade Vansen be wise to allow Sweet Saraya in the ring? Would it be easier for him? Or, I mean, what do you think on this, Paul St. James? I mean, it's an interesting tactic of options that you've got when it comes to mixed tag competitions.
It's a very interesting tactic, but following the knee to the face by Vansen, this is looking very much like he's in control. He knows what he's doing. He's got Kruiz covered too, and a little slap on the back.
Well, Hade Vansen is in control here at the moment. He's sending Kruiz off to the ropes. And Kruiz with a waist lock and a suplex.
Oh, beautiful release German suplex, dropping him right on his head, really putting the pressure on that neck. And Kruiz is in control here.
Kruiz with a pinfall.
1, 2. Oh, Vansen kicked out at 2. Very, very close call there.
Hade Vansen there showing his educated kicks. He's kicking away. He wants to get out from underneath Kruiz, but Kruiz isn't going to let him. And Kruiz now picking up the limp body of Hade Vansen.
Kick to the midsection, the second one. Kruiz with a kick to the back of the head, again to that neck. Targeting the neck, trying to weaken it down.
Kruiz now in control. I have to say, Kruiz is one of my favourite wrestlers at the moment. He's got it all. And here we go.
Oh, Fisherman Buster. Beautifully done there by Kruiz. And look at that cover, nonchalant cover. Oh, he didn't even hook it. Like, he never even had the full body covered. That was just too cocky.
It's moves like that that make me enjoy the work of a man like Kruiz. He kicks and he suplexes hard.
Kruiz now picking up Hade Vansen, slamming him down the mat. He forearm there to Nikita out of nowhere. What was the point of that?
Well, if Nikita wants to play in a man's world, then she can play in a man's world. But if you want to play in this wrestling world with men, you've got to take the kicks, you've got to take the punches, you've got to take the moves.
Are you saying you've had to play with men to be in this wrestling world?
All right, can you please concentrate on the in-ring performances that are going on? Sweet Saraya, a legend in this business, is wailing on the rookie that is Hade Vansen.
The only place Sweet Saraya is a legend is in her own mind. She's going for a top rope Frankenstein here on Hade Vansen. Can she hit it? Yes, she hits it. Very nicely executed Frankenstein out there by Sweet Saraya, and she's going to the top rope. What's she got in mind for Hade Vansen here? A splash. Gets the cover. 1, 2. And he kicks out at 2.
Let me ask you a question, Paul St. James. Why is it that you think Nikita has a claim to being the #1 female wrestler? I mean, it's disgusting. She hasn't proved herself. I mean, you got a woman like Sweet Saraya. She's been there. She's done it all. And now she's got some cocky young lioness in the form of Nikita stealing her thunder.
What has Sweet Saraya done? What's her record? Appearances on a cattle market the most time? I haven't seen anything from her.
Let me tell you something. She's won most of all the major women's championships in the country as well as in Europe today. I'm not sure Nikita can say the same. She has won championships, admittedly, but her resume is somewhat less impressive than that of Saraya.
Well, I will give you that too, Nick London. I did indeed see Saraya win MasterChef 94. Very good performance from her.
What on earth are you blithering about? She's not a cook, she's not a chef, she's not some female stereotype. She's a badass kicking machine.
She's not a female stereotype, she's a badass kicking machine.
Absolutely, she's a wrestler,
You
and she's
baboon.
proud of it.
And now we've got the two women going at it.
And now well, you see, most women would catfight, but Saraya, she's just gonna beat Nikita within an inch of her life, wearing on the elbow. Nice hook up there,
And nice
a
little
midget straw
Majestra.
cradle.
Nikita kicking out at 2.
And Saraya right back on her. I'll tell you one thing, she is vicious. I did eat her backstage, and I just wanted to get out of there. I would say her bite is worse than her bark, but if you ask me, they're both as bad as each other.
Nikita got the boot up there. What's Nikita got in her mind here? We'll wait and see. Oh, drop kick right to the back, taking Saraya down. And Nikita firmly in control here, but can she take advantage?
That is interesting tactic from Nikita, obviously working on the lower back. She could be working for submission. I mean, now she's working on the legs. She's obviously been thinking about a game plan.
2. Oh, and Saraya kicked out at 2 there.
Not to take anything away from Nikita. Every time she wrestles, she shows an improvement, but she's still nothing on sweet Saraya.
Saraya going back to the dirty tactics there. A low blow on Nikita. And now just going to work on that midsection with punches. She's got Nikita up. Could this be another Frankensteiner?
It looks like that power bomb that we saw earlier from Carpe Diem. If she hits this, it could be over.
Oh,
There it
she hits
is!
it. She hits it on Nikita. That's got to be it. But no. She says no.
Well, I have to say, that's a hell of a mistake coming from a veteran like Saraya. She really should have just taken the pinfall, made her point, and leave Portsmouth knowing that she did a job well done.
It's not too often me and you agree, Nick London, but ego got the better of her, certainly. She had Nikita pinned, and once again, she let her escape. That is a rookie mistake, and she is not a rookie.
You call it a rookie mistake, and it's a shame-faced thing to say, but it's true. But it looks like she's going for a second one, and now she hits this, it will be over.
But Nikita fighting back. A second punch then, a third one. Hurricane Rana, beautifully executed there by Alita, taking her off, and now the price will be paid for that mistake.
And here comes the free count, and that's it.
That's it.
Oh
That's it.
my lord! That has to be one of the biggest upsets in the... oh, I can't believe it! The rookie has defeated the veteran!
I just want to point this out. There was no outside interference. She didn't have a feet on the rope. She didn't cheat. She won how you're supposed to win in wrestling. Clean in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3.
Well, obviously, maybe some sort of accident happened, like a jarred neck, but we can't take it away from Nikita. She got the victory, and I'll tell you one thing, Saraya cannot be happy. This is one of the FWA's biggest events, and Nikita has made a hell of a statement here.
Hey, Curve, what are you listening to? Hey, Curve, what are you listening to?
I'm listening to FWA The Music, my man.
What's that?
I'm listening to FWA The Music, my man.
The new FWA The Music CD.
Yeah.
Wow, such stars as Hazardous, Paul Travell. Such stars as The Specialist, Mark Sloan. Such stars as Scotty, Rock. And even the show stealer, Alex Shane.
Shoot!
Show.
Gotta steal it.
Show. You know, I want to get a copy of that myself. FWA The Music, in stores now. And it's not plugged.
Yeah, it's great.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next match of the evening is a special added bonus challenge match. Making his way to the ring first,
This should be something pretty special.
Well, Paul, just for the people at home, I was wondering if you could tell us a little more about Robbie. This is Robbie Brookside, but his opponent tonight is the one, the only Japanese Kendo Kashin. Now, unfortunately, being the goon that I am, I don't really know that much about Japanese wrestling. I'm sorry, I'm ashamed of myself. I really probably should have done my research. But for you, for the people at home, could you please tell us more about Kendo Kashin?
Kendo Kashin, a very, very accomplished wrestler. He's been in New Japan Pro Wrestling, All Japan Pro Wrestling, and IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. He's collided with the best, Justin Thunder Liger. He is currently the All Japan Pro Wrestling Junior Heavyweight Champion. He won that title in mid-June, and we are eagerly awaiting with anticipation the arrival of Kendo Kashin. This man, he fights a very, very martial arts based wrestling style, very submission oriented to his finishing maneuver, the cross arm lock. Brookside should be aware of this.
And now you can breathe. Okay, that's enough statistics. Kendo Kashin is coming down to ringside. But let's talk about Robbie Brookside a little bit. Robbie Brookside first came into the FWA as a member of the old school. I'll tell you one thing, whether you like him or not, respect is a word that you link with Robbie Brookside. He nearly took the FWA title away from then champion, the anarchist Doug Williams. However, he didn't get the job done. Not that that's anything to be ashamed of, mind. Brookside is a former member of the old school. He is an enemy of the old school. And now he's on his own. He's a lone wolf.
There's one thing Robbie Brookside has in his favour. He's been in New Japan. He was in the best of the Super Junior tournament. Took on Justin Liger. He holds a pinfall victory over current WWF superstar Chris Jericho.
Well, that's absolutely good. You've been doing your research and I'm mighty impressed. But you know what? I've heard so much about Kendo Kashin. I am truly looking forward to this match.
This man is a very good wrestler, as I say, former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, the current Junior Heavyweight Champion of All Japan Pro Wrestling. This should be an excellent match.
I don't know much, but I do know that that's impressive.
Calling elbow tab here, Robbie Brookside forcing, and we've got a clean break there. Kendo Kashin complaining about something. I don't know what it is, but he's complaining about something to the referee.
Now tell me, is Kendo Kashin the kind of wrestler? Is he a rule breaker? Is he a goody two-shoes? I mean, what is he? What is his style exactly?
Kendo Kashin's style is based on martial arts and submission. He break you down, he'll take a body part, and you just work on it. There is, in Japanese wrestling, there are no clearly defined heels or villains. It's all about your athletic ability. That's how you get noticed, and that's why this man is one of the top stars in the
So what you're trying to tell me then is that we've got Kendo Kashin, one of the biggest Japanese stars at the moment, and against Robbie Brookside, one of the most respected British competitors of all time.
Indeed, this should be a very good match. As you see Kashin grounding Robbie Brookside with a headlock, really wrenching it in there, really applying pressure. Robbie Brookside's going to have to try and break this.
Rob Brookside is fighting it, and yes, Robbie's going to send him off the ropes now, but Kashin's got the headlock.
And then did you see that he grabbed the hair and manoeuvred himself back in the headlock? That was not his style. I don't know what's on the man Kashin. He knows he's got to get it done anyway. And there again, grabbing the hair once again. This is not the way the Kashin should be getting the job done.
Well, how do you mean? I mean, this is wrestling. I mean, he's got to get it any way he can do. Is there any sort of tactic that Robbie Brookside should be taking up if he wants to defeat Kendo Kashin right here tonight in Portsmouth?
If Robbie Brookside wants to defeat Kendo Kashin, he's just got to stick to his game plan. He's got to do what he's best at doing. Kashin will try, as I say, take a body part and take you down and take that body part out and make you tap out. Robbie Brookside just needs to keep to his game plan, ground Kashin and not allow him any time.
Robbie Brookside there managed to get control via a kind of an inverse key lock, and now he's managed to turn it into, he's hyperextending the shoulder, he's taking the wrist. He's just doing the basics, and it's moves like this that are going to help him get the win. He's working on the arm now. Kendo Kashin looks to be in trouble. Robbie Brookside off the ropes, Kendo Kashin off the ropes, through the legs. Kendo Kashin now lock up.
There we go, there it is, the cross arm lock. That's Kashin's finishing maneuver. Robbie Brookside straight into the ropes.
Yeah, he's in the ropes, and Robbie Brookside, thankfully, was saved. If you ask me, Kendo Kashin had Robbie Brookside's number there, which isn't an easy thing to do.
And look at this, the veteran Kashin. He's just picked out that body part, the arm. He's really going after it. And look at it, he's going to wrench in that arm lock, really putting torque on that muscle, pulling back with all his strength. Robbie Brookside's going to be in a lot of trouble here.
As much as I respect Robbie Brookside, he's still a human. He's having his shoulder ripped and torn by this sadistic Kendo Kashin. He's obviously very proficient when it comes to his submission maneuvers. I'm very impressed.
Oh, Kashin's stunning. Do you know that arm lock, how he had his knee placed on Robbie Brookside's chin, pulling back, giving himself extra leverage to talk back on that arm. Kashin knows what he's doing. This man is a brutal man.
It's little things like this that'll get the job done. Doesn't matter which company you're for, and it doesn't matter who you're against. You've got to do these little things, and Kendo Kashin has showed this. It's the first time I've ever seen the man, and it's mighty impressive.
Kashin now taking over Robbie Brookside. A stomp. Oh, he missed the double knee drop.
Kendo Kashin looks like he might have made the mistake, and Robbie Brookside may have had the opening he was looking for.
But Robbie Brookside doesn't need to talk the fans, he needs to manoeuvre in, and he's doing that, going after that leg. And whipping in the rope now, Robbie Brookside waiting for Kashin. Oh, a kick to that knee. And what's he going for here? Another stomp to the back of that tricep, really wrenching it in.
Once again, you've got a competition right here. It's a one-armed man against a one-legged man. Robbie Brookside's got the advantage in the moment. Nice kind of, I don't know how you describe that move, but all I know is that he's got that leg and he's working on it now, and hopefully this may lead Robbie Brookside to the victory that he needs.
Robbie Brookside showing some of that Japanese and European influence with a knee lock here, really stretching back the knee, pulling it in directions it's not meant to be. Could he get the tackle from Kashin here? I don't think so, but it's an extreme possibility.
You have to believe that this is an important match for Robbie Brookside. I'm sure Robbie would love to be back into the running for the FWA title, and a win here not only would improve his rankings here in the Frontier Wrestling Alliance, but also maybe even the worldwide rankings. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That's quite right indeed. A winner of international superstars such as Kashin will do you a worldwide reputation. No harm whatsoever. Oh, he got that block, and Kashin, like a rabid Wolverine, smelling blood, going straight back to that arm, really going after it.
Now it's an appropriate way of putting it, because Robbie Brookside is looking like the wounded animal here. And it's all because of that arm, once again, working on that arm, tearing at the shoulder, applying the pressure, slow and methodical.
Look at that, really pulling back, getting plenty of torque on that shoulder, really looking to wrench it out of place in preparation for that finishing move with the cross arm lock.
Now answer me this, Kendo Kashin, I mean, how many championships has he held over his career? I'd imagine he's got a trophy cabinet full of them.
This man has won the top of the Super Junior Championship, very prestigious tournament in Japan, featuring the top Japanese light heavyweights from across the world. He's also won the IWGP Championship twice. He knocked out an opponent, and Minoru Tanaka, a very well-respected light heavyweight, in 30 seconds to defeat the championship. That is an excellent and impressive record.
I have to say, normally I complain about it coming from you, Paul, but these statistics, I think, helping us paint a picture of what Kendo Kashin is all about. But let me tell you this, Robbie Brookside doesn't say no. Robbie Brookside is going to keep on getting up. It doesn't matter whether his arm is ripped out of his body. I'd imagine Robbie Brookside is just going to keep on fighting.
Yes, Robbie Brookside, he's got to use all his experience here. This man, he's been to America, he's been to Japan, as I said, he's been to Europe. This man knows how to defeat, and he's gone for a backslide there. 1, 2, Kashin kicks out. Very, very kindly done there. Kashin going for that. Oh, Brookside going for a roll up there, nicely done. Oh, and he got another near fall.
Robbie's managed to turn all this momentum around, and hopefully he'll be able to build it up into something a bit bigger. But Kendo Kashin is just cut him off. I'm going to have to say I'm having trouble seeing Robbie pull the win out here. Kendo Kashin now is whipping in his corner, the reversal. Kendo Kashin re-reversal. Referee nearly got crushed, but thankfully got out of the way. Kendo Kashin now has Robbie in the corner.
If you watch what Kashin's doing, Brookside may get a few maneuvers in, but as soon as Kashin's got an opportunity, the arm, he targets it, and he just goes straight through. And nice drop toe hold there by Robbie Brookside, taking Kashin's head into the top turnbuckle, buying himself some much-needed time.
It's not just that, he needs to build up the offensive slowly. And here he is, Robbie's going for the cross-arm corner slam. But Kendo Kashin is fighting it. And Kendo Kashin, he's setting up for something.
Oh, look at this, really applying the torque on the back of the neck.
Steve Linsky diminishing an account. This is an illegal maneuver. Kendo Kashin should have 5 seconds and release of the hold. And finally, he does.
But Kashin's broken it, and once again, this gives Kashin time to regroup his thoughts, and now Kashin should go for that arm.
I have to say, it's obviously Kashin knows his opponent very well. Robbie went for his finisher, the cross-arm corner slam. But Kendo Kashin managed to prevent the move and turn it into that impressively innovating choke.
Indeed. Oh, European uppercut there by Kendo Kashin. Kashin now taking a run. Oh, and a nice clothesline there. Takes Brookside down, goes for the cover. 1, 2. Brookside kicks out on 2. Kashin firmly in command here.
I have to say I'm quite impressed. I was worried when you said that he was a martial artist-esque wrestler. I was worried it was all going to be flashy kicks and flips. But Kashin, he is vicious. He is a wrestler, and he is keeping it slow methodical at this point in time.
An Irish whip in the corner there. Goes for Brookside. What's this going to be? Oh, Brookside reverses it.
Brookside looks like he's got him in the corner. Will he have his opening for the cross-arm
He's going
slam?
for it. He's going for it.
And he hits it.
He hit it beautifully. 1, 2, 3. That's it.
Robbie,
and that is quite an upset in my opinion, but an excellent win for Robbie Brookside there.
I don't know. Robbie Brookside is a gutsy performer. He's been around to know who everyone is. He's beaten Kashin. This will no doubt do him all the favours in the world when it comes to climbing up the rankings here at the FWA and even in the worldwide rankings.
Some people may say it's been a wasted trip for Kashin all the way from Japan to lose to Robbie Brookside, but in my opinion it was well worth the trip because that was an excellent match.
Well, whether it was worth the trip for him or not, I don't care. I think it was worth the trip for all the fans here in attendance, and it was worth it for me too. And Kashin, well, obviously he's not happy.
He's not happy with that decision at all. He thinks he got out on the 2 count. Kashin very displeased with the decision. He's furious. He realizes he's come all the way from Japan. He didn't come to lose to Robbie Brookside.
Do you ever get one of those days where you wake up in the morning and everything's great? Everything is wicked. Because today I got that feeling. Because tonight, Justin Richards, it's you and me. But not just any old match. If I beat you, Justin Richards, I become the #1 contender for the FWA Championship. The top of the tree in the FWA. But not just that, Justin, not just that. 2, if I win, you leave the FWA. I mean, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. What a beautiful day, and what a great day for the Wonder Kid Johnny Storm, because I am going to beat you tonight, and it's going to be bye-zy-bye for Mr. Richards. It's time to get out, because Style in Action is here in Portsmouth, the Wonder Kid Johnny Storm.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to get to our next match. I'd like to remind you of the stipulation that was made earlier by Victoria de Montfort, which states that any member of the old school who loses their match this evening is fired from the FWA. So with that in mind, please, I'd like to introduce our first contestants.
This should be a very, very good matchup.
Well, I don't know, I'm still appalled with the announcement that was made early in the evening by the lovely Jane Child. Apparently Victoria de Montfort has announced that if any member of the old school should lose their scheduled match, then they will be exiled from the FWA. This effectively means that Justin Richards is one of my favourite wrestlers, and after tonight, he could be gone. Let me just remind the fans at home, tonight his opponent is Johnny Storm, and the last time it was Johnny Storm versus Justin Richards. Justin Richards locks Johnny in the cross-face chicken wing, and that was all she wrote. Justin has the win over Johnny in their last match. If you ask me, Justin's job is safe.
Well, if you remember, Leaves FWA has said that she will grant Johnny Storm a title shot against Fleisch if he gets past Justin Richards.
See, now that's what I find disgusting. How come Justin has a chance to lose his job whilst Johnny has a chance to climb the company? Victoria de Montfort is prejudiced, as are you, Mr. St. James.
And here comes Johnny Storm.
Now, you know, there is something about Johnny that I like. He's cocky, he's arrogant, he thinks he's better than everyone else. He's got the attitude required to get ahead. But I'll tell you one thing, being cocky and arrogant against a man like Justin Richards is a dangerous thing. Johnny may think he'll have the match on and won, but Justin Richards could lock in that famous finishing move of his, the cross-face chicken wing. I think it's one of the most excruciating, painful maneuvers in the wrestling today. It certainly is in the FWA.
Johnny Storm, of course, famous for his matches with Jody, Fleisch, one of the preeminent high flyers in the FWA here. Very, very skilled in high flying. This man can do it all.
Yeah, admittedly, he can do it all, and I'm sure that one day he will do it all. But tonight, Justin's job is on the line, And quite frankly, as much as I'd like Jonny to be successful, Justin Richards' job has got to come above all else.
Look at that man, Dina. What a weight to spit he is. The only people he makes jealous are the women in the audience with Twisted Hade's boobs.
You are a disgusting man, Paul St. James. If you ask me, you're jealous of the Twisted Genius, Dean-Aeus. The Twisted Genius, and he's called that for a reason. He knows what he's doing, he knows what he's talking. He took Justin Richards into his arms, into his bosom, so to speak, and he turned him from some failing new school wannabe into the vicious technician that he is today.
Well, I'm not surprised Justin Richards is within the old school. He's probably brain damaged after being smothered by those boobs. But let's get back to the action in hand. This is going to be a good matchup. Justin Richards versus Jonny Storm. This should be something really good. A lot of by the both competitors. They're really tugging. They're both evenly matched.
Just wanted to say that Justin Richards, when it comes to wrestling, Justin Richards has the advantage. Jonny's got to get the pace moving if he wants to beat Justin tonight. You've got to remember, Justin Richards has, before he came to the pro ranks, was a very, very successful amateur wrestler. I think he was a two-time national champion or something. Does that mean anything? It means that when it gets to the ground, he's the man.
That's why Jonny's got to take it in the air, take it high flying style like he normally does. If Jonny can keep and stick and move and go for the high risk maneuver, he could win this match.
You know, everyone keeps on saying about the Jonny and Jody matches and how great they are. That's because they're nothing but spirals and zooms and whams and bangs. Justin Richards isn't about spirals and zooms and whams and bangs. Justin Richards is about wrestling. And I don't know if you understand this, but the FWA does a letter W, which means wrestling. Justin Richards is the man for this contest, and that is my opinion. And when it's my opinion, it's the only opinion.
I used to think so. But let's get back to the match. Justin Richards tightly secured in the headlock, which is being applied by Jonny Storm. Reversal now. And look at this, both men. A test of strength here. Jonny Storm with a hammerlock going behind Justin Richards, really applying the pressure to that arm.
Well, obviously Jonny himself does know the odd hammerlock, the odd wrist lock. But if you ask me, Justin Richards knows one more wrist lock. He knows one more hammerlock variation. He just knows one more than Jonny Storm. See Jonny trying to escape the hammerlock in a spirally wham-bang kind of way, and Justin just held on, and Justin's on top. You got to admit it. That's what we're seeing. Admit it, St. James.
Justin maybe on top at the moment, but the match is very young. A long way to go. Jonny Storm looking for some way to escape this hold, and there we go. Applying a tight headlock, going right behind the hammerlock.
Well, obviously Jonny does know the odd move, like I said, but there we go. Justin once again on top. If you ask me, Justin has got to keep it slow. He doesn't want to take any chances. I mean, getting the odd upset victory is, it has to happen sometimes. Not this match. Justin, if he loses, is out of the FWA. I don't want to see that. I don't care what you think, and I'm sure the fans themselves would love to see Justin out. But me, I want him to stay because he is what he is, and that is a phenomenal athlete.
Well, unfortunately, I'm going to agree with you here. I don't want to see the end of Justin Richards. Very good wrestler. We knew all the good wrestlers we can have to get this sport back on its feet in this country. But at the moment, Jonny Storm wants this victory because he wants a shot at the FWA heavyweight title.
Well, that's the thing. Justin Richards doesn't have this opportunity, but Jonny Storm does. I mean, what is that all about? However, what would it say to Victoria de Montfort if Justin Richards can repeat the success that he had against Jonny Storm? He'll have to defeat the stipulation, and then surely he himself, although he won't be guaranteed a title shot, surely it's got to be looking good for him if he pulls it off.
If he can pull it off, and that's a big if, because Jonny Storm is never prepared for a match. Oh, and that's a beautiful move, really dropping the leg on the back, and Fujiwara armbar applied there, applying torque on the arm, look at that, applying pressure on both the shoulder and on the elbow joint of Jonny Storm, really wrenching back, and Jonny Storm is going to be reaching the ropes here. He's in trouble, he knows he's in trouble, and he's got to do something to get out of it.
Justin knows every submission in the book. I've seen him do exhibitions before, and they are terrifying examples. He bends his opponents to his will, and it's a scary, scary sight. And there's Dean-Aeus just helping himself to Jonny's hair, cleaning some muck off his shoe.
Look at that, porky little fat
Don't you even think of saying that on my shift, Sonny. Now, my name is Nick London, and I'm not going to have someone like you, Paul St. James, making me look bad.
I don't care if you're named Nick Ross and you're in front of Crime Watch cameras. This is FWA, and I will say what I want. And at the moment, that person, sorry, I can't say them words, that person, Dean Ice, oh, beautiful somersault plancher there by Jonny Storm. I'm sure air traffic control picked him up there somewhere. You see the height he got on that?
The UFO has landed, and it's a greasy little ball by the name of Jonny Storm. But you know, we were saying this earlier on, that Jonny had to keep it moving, had to keep it aerial, and you know, he kept it moving, he kept it aerial. I'll give him his touche, but oh look, Justin Richards again with a wrist lock, and that's all it requires from him.
Jonny Storm going up. Oh, back somersault there. Oh, but Richards has still got the manoeuvre on, goes for a waist lock. Jonny Storm reverses it. Oh, he pulls down his hands. I don't believe it. Look at that throw.
That is not the kind of respect that should be shown to a man like Justin Richards.
And wheelbarrows him. Oh, DDT, beautifully executed there by Jonny Storm too. Oh,
the only reason that Justin Richards is in this situation now is because he had his pants pulled down.
And look at Dean Fatass there getting involved. Oh, top rope release German suplex by Justin Richards, beautifully executed. And look at DD's nearly went south.
Justin ran up the ropes. He hooked up the fisherman hook and he flung him backwards. Jonny Storm was flung inside and out and he landed on his front. The wind was driven out of him and now it's elementary for Justin Richards. Stay on Jonny Storm and don't let him get quick.
He goes for a slam there too. Oh, Jonny Storm kicks out and that was a bit too cocky there from Justin Richards. You know, I should have thought he could have pinned Jonny Storm with a near body slam.
Well, you know, when Justin Richards was part of the new school philosophy, he was even cockier. He was worse than this. And I remember when he tried to jump off a top rope and he nearly hurt himself. He nearly dropped himself in his own neck. But with the guidance of Dean Ayers, the twisted genius, Justin Richards is picking apart Jonny.
Oh, he come with a beautiful spear there, Jonny Storm did. And now, this is the opportunity that Jonny Storm needed. And one big move that I said before in many matches could swing it either way.
Spear? With the size of Jonny Storm, it was more like a toothpick, thank you very much.
Very funny, very funny.
I've been working on my material.
Super kick, he caught the referee. And the referee is down. And what is going to happen now? This is the opportunity the old school might have been waiting for. Richard spins around, this is the clothesline. Jonny Storm super kick takes him down, beautifully executed. And there's Dean Ayers.
Dean Ayers is just trying to get Jonny to calm down. Dean Ayers is telling Jonny that you shouldn't super kick refs. I do feel sorry for referees. They should have their own union, quite frankly. But Justin Richards, he's going for the crossface chicken wing.
He's not. He's tied up. And what's Dean is doing? He's got salt. Oh, it's a Japanese match. Oh, he got it in the face. And
Jonny is going to take the cheap win. This is disgusting.
No one account. 1, 2. Oh, Justin Richards kicked out on 3. And what it's Dean Ayers become Mr. Fuji.
Let me tell you something. Even when he's blind, Justin Richards is going to cripple Jonny Storm and save his job.
It's crossface chicken wing. Crossface. He's got it cinched in. If he can take him, the matter will all be over.
And this is all he needed. But wait, Jonny illegally ramming Justin into the corner, but Justin still got the hold. If he can hold on.
Justin had to break the hold there. Jonny Storm now. Justin charges. Jonny Storm ducks. Justin hits his head.
Wait, no, it can't be. It can't be. Super real Franken Diner. No.
1, 2, 3. It's over. Jonny Storm is the #1 contender to the FWA Championship.
Forget Jonny Storm. Forget that slime. Oh, you need to know Justin's lost his job. Don't you understand? A man has been forced to retire. It's not his time. It's not his time. I don't care if he's old school. You have to admit that this is a great shame for the FWA, losing a talent.
It is a great shame. Sorry to interrupt you there, Nick, but it is a great shame because you have to put some of the blame on Dean Ayers. That man, he got in the ring, there was no need for him to get in the ring, and he threw salt in Justin Richards' eyes. Justin Richards should have taken advantage of the situation when he had it in hand, but he didn't. He went for the cheap way out, and he got his just dessert.
Paul St. James, it hasn't obviously sank in yet just how bad a situation that we have lost. Justin Richards, a phenomenal talent. But I have to say, Justin has had many great victories, many great matches in the FWA, and I'll tell you one thing, as far as I'm concerned, he'll be sorely missed. But he's praying to the ref. I hope that I think Steve Linsky should reverse the decision.
Steve Lindsay can only count the 4. It's Victoria DeMont that has to reverse the decision. She at the moment is saying all old school people who lose are out, and here comes Drew McDonald, and what's Dean Ennis got to say?
Well, maybe they're going to give Justin a nice goodbye hug. We'll see. But Dean A.S. is talking. We better listen, because it's the mouthpiece of the old school.
Oh, what's this? Oh, the old school going out at Justin Richard. What is this all about?
Let you leave, Justin, without giving you a passing gift. Ring that bell all you like. You can shove that bell up your arse. It doesn't matter.
No, not a spike. A spike Widowmaker. Oh, Justin Richard. He's broken in half. This is disgusting. This.
Not only has one of my favourite wrestlers, Justin Richards, been exiled from the Frontier Wrestling Alliance, but he's just been broken in half by the Highlander from hell. And here's Victoria de Montfort. It's all her fault. It's all her fault, damn it.
Well, Alicia's dressed respectively now. That's so close. But what's she going to say to the old school? What's Dean Ayers going to have told to him?
I know you're stupid, but I thought you could count to 2. There's only one more old school match scheduled, and that's my man Fleisch, and he's going to wipe the floor with solid gold Scott Parker.
Robbie, I think you're forgetting the small fact that I am the commissioner. I decide what goes, and I think you're wrong that there's only one match left, because I think that your Highlander from hell, Drew McDonald, has been creating too much trouble in the FWA for far too long. And I'm gonna put you in a match with an opponent.
Sorry to disappoint you, but every single person that you have thrown at the old school, we have beaten and kicked out the way. Why should tonight be any different? We've beaten everyone you've thrown at us right here in the FWA, Victoria.
Well, you know, Dean, that's one thing that you've been right on, but just one mind. And that's why I've gone outside the FWA for my opponent. I've found someone just as dirty and old who can wrestle old school.
Oh, so you've got an opponent just as old school as the Highlander.
I certainly have, Dean, but you know...
Who's that? Who is it? Go on, tell me. Tell everyone here. Who is this great opponent you've got for the Highlander?
Well, only the rude and uneducated interrupt, Dean. So, have you quite finished? And I'll tell you. No, actually, the best things come to those who wait. And I did say that tonight would be no surprises. However, I've changed my mind. So you'll just have to wait till later for your surprise. And oh boy, have I got a couple of big ones for you.
So it's been announced, another disgusting attempt to whittle down the old school. Drew McDonald will face a mystery opponent.
Log on to frontierwrestling.com for all the latest news in the FWA. Check out the news headlines and upcoming events and join in the discussion on the fan forum. frontierwrestling.com.
At this point in the evening, I'd like to talk about how we at the FWA are extremely proud of the new and up-and-coming talent we have here. And this is largely thanks to the hard work put in not only by the trainees themselves, but also by the training staff at our school right here in Portsmouth.
Oh, now what's this? I was sitting back and being quiet. I was enjoying this. Graham Hughes is a hard-working trainee, and he deserves this long-term contract, but it's being interrupted by the Messiah, Brandon Thomas.
What purpose has Brandon Thomas got for this young man who has just signed a contract? And there he is, Brandon Thomas, the Messiah.
Yes, the man who most likely has one of the most controversial personas in the United Kingdom today. He honestly believes he is some sort of a second coming, so to speak, a Messiah. He wants to save people.
Now, first of all, Graham, what I'm just going to do is come out here and congratulate you on getting a development deal with the FWA.
Well, I applaud Brandon Thomas for doing that.
I mean, as I know, that must have been pretty hard from you, coming from a total unrighteous, ungodly cesspool, a pitiful place like this place right here, Portsmouth. Shut up. Now, the way I see it, Graham, is that right at this moment, you're just starting a journey to greatness here in the FWA, and by the look of you, I think you need a bit of help. And you may not need some advice, you may need some spiritual guidance, and that's why I'm out here. I'm willing to offer you spiritual guidance, Graham, to get you right at the very top here in the FWA, because after all, I am the Messiah, Brandon Thomas, and I am the man with that power. I mean, after all, nothing really any good came from Portsmouth, did it?
Well, Paul Travell coming out to defend his friend and fellow Portsmouth trainee, Graham Hughes. I've never seen Brandon Thomas like this before. I know he was having fun with his character, but I'm beginning to think he honestly believes that he is some sort of, I don't want to say anything, I don't want to get in trouble with the front office, but you know what I'm getting at, don't you, Paul?
Indeed I do, McDonald, indeed I do. Sometimes your persona, it's so true to sin, and you actually start believing the hype, and that's what happened with this young man, Messiah.
Well, the Messiah, Brandon Thomas, you know, he was having problems finding a niche, and that's when he came up with this Messiah persona. The fans were loving it. The fans thought it was great, but it was getting a bit stale. It was getting old. But I've never seen him actually this delusional before. But frankly, Paul Travell is out here. Paul Travell, a Portsmouth hero, is coming to defend the ring.
Paul Travell entering the ring now. I'm sure he's going to sort out Messiah and tell him what it's all about.
Hey, Paul Travell. Hey, Paul, what the hell are you doing here? You wasn't even booked. I mean, can I help you or something? No. It's not you that can help me. It's me that can help you. You see, I think you've forgotten just where you are. I mean, sure, you're in the pyramid setup. But more importantly, you're in the Portsmouth Pyramid Center! I've wrestled all across the country. I've wrestled in the north, and I've wrestled in the south. I've wrestled in the east, and I've wrestled in the west. I've seen hundreds of arenas, thousands of faces. But the place that is home to me is right here in Portsmouth! Yeah! Now I was listening in the back. I heard what you were saying to Graham back here. Yeah. Nothing good has ever come out of Portsmouth. Nothing good came out of Portsmouth. I came out of Portsmouth. Everything that you've said has been to insult my fans in Portsmouth. Portsmouth. Everything that you've said has been to slap the face of Portsmouth. If you want to slap the face of Portsmouth, then why don't you try doing this?
FWA! Paul Travell has just turned his back on his hometown crowd. What is this? What is this manner of game?
Has the Messiah got inside this man's head? I don't believe it.
Ian Disciple, one of Brandon Thomas's followers, is currently out. Could it be that this man, Paul Travell, is his new follower, his new disciple, if you will?
I don't believe this is shocking. I'm absolutely disgusted with this, choking him out.
Paul Travell has snapped. Can't you see that? The pressure has got to him.
You see, I've seen the light. I have seen the light. Do you know why I've seen the light? Because I spend so much of my time staring at the ceiling. 2 years ago, I main evented this event. Then, shut up! When I was at my top, people loved me. And when I hit rock bottom, where were you then? Where were you then? The Messiah, Brandon Thomas, has shown me the way. He can show you all the way. But as far as I'm concerned, you can all go to hell because I've chosen not to. Now, Paul, I think tonight, right at No Surprises 4, I think we should make our first sacrifice right here, right now, with Graham Hughes.
Sacrifice. This is disgusting display. And I don't know what they mean by this sacrifice. Paul said that this is really disgusting, but all I know is that the Messiah has a steel chair.
This is totally delusional. This is not professional wrestling. This is absolutely disgusting. The lights have gone out. What's happening?
It's the new breed. The music of the new breed has kicked in.
Here they come.
They are the future. They are the new breed. Ash, Curb, and they've obviously heard and seen too much. Former FWA Tag Team Champions are here in Portsmouth. They are here at No Surprises 4.
Now, Nick London, I know you're not big fans of the new breed, but you've got to admit, it's good to see these two men out here to take care of these two morons.
I'm glad to see anyone. I'm disgusted with the Messiah, Brandon Thomas. And as for Paul Travell, I can't believe that he went to such depths.
This is absolutely off the mark. This is... I've lost the words here. What is Brandon Thomas been saying to Paul Travell? What has he done to get inside the head of this man and warp him in such a way?
Well, obviously, the new breed are looking for a rumble. And could it be that a match will start between the breed, Paul Travell, and the Messiah, Brandon Thomas?
Well, the breed are looking at that and they're inviting them in the ring.
It's obviously the fans want the match, and it looks like they're going to get the match. Will Steve Linsky ring the bell?
Brandon Thomas, he doesn't know what to do. Look, he's the new breed inviting him in at the ring. He charges. Oh, he's clotheslined across the top rope. The new breed now know that they have to take advantage of this.
And Steve Linsky, not yet, but he rings the bell and the match is on.
Double suplex, bringing Brandon Thomas in the ring. He goes for a tag. And what's happening? What is happening here?
This Paul Travell is he's just left his partner out to dry.
Oh, double spine buster.
And now the new breed are gonna snap. Oh,
wishbone. Oh, double drop kick. Beautifully executed. The new breed showing what they're made of. They're going to take out this moron who calls himself the Messiah.
The Messiah, Brandon Thomas, quite frankly, everyone was getting fed up with him, and Paul Travell has joined his cause in an attempt to find his niche, to find his belonging, to find his rightful place. And you know what? Kurt's going to show him a rightful place. That's in between the new breed and in a whole lot of trouble.
Ash has got him on his shoulders. What's in store for Paul Travell here? Oh, beautifully executed.
Very similar to Alex Shane's one-night stand. A very Death Valley driver-ish maneuver, and Paul Travell has been knocked for a loop. And now the Messiah is back in the ring.
And look at this. This Messiah is going to be taught a lesson here, because I think Ash has had enough of him.
Curve now, however, has a cross armbar.
Oh, beautifully intercepted there by Paul Travell.
The shades of Curve's training are coming through. Curve is a fan of Japanese wrestling as well as other countries, and you see it being displayed there with that cross armbar, very similar to Kendo Kashin from earlier this evening.
Oh, high knee there by Curve, beautifully executed. And what's he going for? Northern Light suplex, beautifully done. And back to the cross arm lock. Once again, we've seen a lot of Japanese influence on this collar. Paul Travell will stop, and look at that, running like a coward.
Paul Travell kind of adopting a hit and run a kind of philosophy here. He wants to keep his Messiah safe. He doesn't want his Messiah to be damaged by this phenomenal team.
What's this in store here? A beautiful roll.
Fleisch have got some sort of double submission hold there, but too close to the ropes, and the Messiah let go.
Kicking him up. Oh, bringing that off, really putting some pressure onto it.
If it keeps going like this, the new breed are going to have their way. Absolutely no problem. And the breed seem to have made the focus the arm of Brandon Thomas.
And there goes Kip once again, applying the pressure, taking another Japanese arm drag, and once again, Kip is just really kicking it Brandon Thomas, putting plenty of pressure on that arm. This man knows how to do it. Oh, this. He's going to watch it, he'll drop the knee. Oh, he drop kicked it.
I've noticed over the last few months that the new breed have become much more methodical, much more focused. They want to reclaim the FWA Tag Team Championships. The UK Pitbulls beat them for those belts not too long ago, and they want those belts back.
Okay, now we're watching, and finally Paul Travell is in the ring. Oh, low blow on Curve.
Curve now is almost like a dead heap on the floor, and Messiah is directing traffic. He's distracting the referee and allowing his new flunky, his new disciple, Paul Travell.
Paul Travell, not using any wrestling words whatsoever, just seems intent on breaking rule after rule after rule. What is happening to this man? What has the Messiah said to get inside this man's head? Is this a wrestling move? It looks like he's going to set him up for a suplex here. Or it's a fisherman. Is it a buster or a plex? Fisherman suplex, well executed. 1, 2. Oh, he gets a kick out there. Curve kicks out.
Paul Travell, he's trying to find, like I said, his place, his meaning. Obviously, this is what drives him now. As the Messiah said earlier, he was not initially booked for this show, but the Messiah has allowed him an opportunity. Unfortunately, this opportunity has got to go through the new breed. And when you're in the ring with the new breed, you're in a lot of trouble. But at the moment, it looks like the new breed are in trouble. We'll see how long this will last for.
What an excellent double team maneuver. Double choke slam in the back breaker. Oh, he kicked out on 2. That was a superb maneuver. And now Brandon Thomas has something to focus on, the back.
Brandon Thomas, I don't know if you saw that, but it sent a chill down my spine. I looked dead in the eyes of the Messiah, and I saw a man who truly believed he was better than everyone else, a man who believed he was here to save and lead, and it chills my very soul.
Indeed it does, because this sort of thing is not on, and it's not going to work.
Well, there we are. Messiah now is curving the corner, and he's wailing along on him. Normally, I'm not the biggest fan of the new breed, but from what I've seen of this match, it's not looking good for them, and I hope they can pull it out.
Indeed, so do I. But look at Paul Travell. What is he doing? What is the matter with this moron? Look at him. He's not even going. Oh, a forearm there at the back.
He looks lost almost. I don't know if you see it. He looks confused. And there's Paul Travell, one of his signature moves, the spine buster.
Beautifully executed, really driving him at the mat there. And now, what's this? Lion Sword, beautifully executed too. Oh, he kicked out on 3.
You got to wonder whether Paul Travell will be able to hit either the T-bone suplex or the bloodshot frog splash to end this contest. Brandon Thomas, the Messiah, will most likely be looking for that inverse pump handle that he's been known to use from time to time. And the new breed, if they can hit any of their double team moves, well, it's good night Vienna.
Oh, did you see that curved slingshot Paul Travell into Brandon Thomas, wiping both of them out, and now this is the opportunity he needs to tag in with Connor Ash, imploring him to make the tag.
If Curve can get out of the ring and make the tag.
Enziguri right in the back of the neck, taking Paul Travell down.
If Curve can make the tag, yes, Ash is in. Now they may have an opportunity to hit the linchpin, to hit the body hammer. One of their moves that may end this match for them.
Oh, T-bone suplex, taking him out of his shoes. Paul Travell now. What's going to happen? He's going for a T-bone suplex on Paul Travell.
Ash is obviously trying to make a statement here.
Beautifully executed.
The height he got on that T-bone was beautiful. And now Ash setting up for something.
Spicoli driver.
Death Valley driver, the Spicoli driver.
Oh,
it doesn't matter what you call it, it was effective. But Paul Travell prevented the 3 count.
And now Ash picking up Paul Travell. What's he got? Oh, is it going to be a slam? Yes, front body slam, well executed. Ash going to the top rope. What's he going to pull up here?
This is a highly pivotal point in the match. This might not be a good idea for Ash, but it looks like he's going for something.
Oh, he missed the moonsault and he missed it by a mile. Paul Travell now.
Paul Travell has the opportunity and he's setting up Ash onto the top rope. Steve Linsky shouldn't be allowing this, but Paul Travell's going for the inverse body slam.
He hit it perfectly, but here comes Curve. 1, 2, oh, Curve breaks up the 3, but I think that Ash just kicked out there in time.
Messiah beginning to starting to stumble awake, but Curve just intercepted him.
Oh, big knee there, right to Paul Travell, took him out of the ring.
That was a launching Japanese knee trap that he hit there, but he's obviously missing the fact that Messiah is setting up for the... No, Ash avoided it. Ash now saying on top, this is it. Could it be the body hammer?
Oh yes, I think they're going for it here.
It's not the body hammer, but I think it's the double breed cutter. Ash is setting up. Curve is setting up. The fans are waiting for it.
There it is, double breed cutter. Messiah, he doesn't know where he is.
And now the Messiah is in a very precarious position, if I'm not mistaken. If the breed want to make a statement, oh, they got the chair. They are going for the linchpin.
The linchpin, of course, if you've never seen it before, it's a double Van Terminator. This is a devastating maneuver.
I don't know much, but I do know this, that if this move connects, it will be over, and the Messiah will have to be recruiting his disciples in the nearest hospital.
And look at this, if he hits this, it's all over.
The breed getting up top, the fans want this. But Travell has intercepted Curve, and Ash has not taken kindly.
And Travell may just have saved his tag team partner. Oh, a brutal chair shot there by the Messiah. And what's he going to do here?
It will be tragic if the match ends like this. And... oh, the Messiah with a backdrop into a Urinarchi suplex, and Travell is setting up. Blood shot, frog splash.
1, 2, 3, it's all over. Big win there for Paul Travell and the Messiah.
Absolutely, many considered that the new breed are on their road to becoming the top team again in the FWA, but it looks like that the Messiah and Paul Travell, his new disciple, may have made a statement, and they themselves could be looking at getting a shot at the FWA Tag Team Championship.
But these two morons better watch their
oh no,
back.
This is the sacrifice. And thankfully Curve rescued his tag team partner. That would have been pretty, but that was truly disgusting. They were almost setting up Ash in the form of a crucifix or something. Messiah has no shame. All he cares about is himself and leading his new army. These men are like blood brothers, and they're blood brothers made in hell.
You can be my maid.
You don't.
It is an honour to be the maid of the Duke of Danger.
Sorry.
Look, okay. Simmons, the wallet. How much are you worth? £5? £10? How much? Simmons, hold the wallet.
Hey. What's going on there?
Nothing.
Bit tough.
You nervous?
Not really. I reckon I can take it.
Yeah, I reckon.
Do you know what? I think I forgot my goggles. They must be in the car. So.
Do you want to go and get them?
Yeah,
I'll stay over stuff.
Just wash my shirt.
Cool.
Okay.
Probably forgotten this time.
Come here!
What? No!
Simmons, get to the car!
Dad! Dad! Dad!
Simmons, get to the car!
Where are you taking me? Stop it! Stop it! What? Don't come.
And so the plot thickens. Jack Xavier was out for revenge against the Duke of Danger back at Vendetta. However, Cammy was nowhere to be found. No one knew where Cammy was. One of Jack's best friends was in danger. However, the match went on. Jack Xavier took it to the Duke of Danger.
And this was indeed a very good matchup, but it was not without outside interference.
Jack Xavier hitting most of his key moves. But however, the Duke of Danger did fight back.
But who should get involved but Simmons?
The Simmons with the Butler Buster on Jack Xavier. However, it was not to be as Jack hit the Xaviator. And this allowed him to get the victory.
And just look at that little pipsqueak Simmons trying to get involved. But Jack Xavier had him all worked out. But unfortunately, Xavier didn't get what he really wanted from this match.
No, Cammy was nowhere to be found. Jack Xavier had to leave without Cammy. And this sets up today's match.
Special challenge match. Stipulation was made earlier that if Jack Xavier wins this next match, the Duke of Danger must be Cammy's servant for the next 30 days. However, if the Duke wins, then Cammy must be the Duke's maid for the next 30 days.
So this is how we're going to get out of the stalemate. The stipulation has been set. If it's going to be Jack Xavier versus the Duke of Danger, a rematch from Vendetta. Now, if Jack Xavier can win this match, Paul, then Jack Xavier will get Cammy back, and the Duke of Danger will become Jack Xavier's maid for the next 30 days. However, it's vice versa. If the Duke of Danger can defeat Jack Xavier, then Cammy will become his maid for the next 30 days.
And of course, as always, the Duke of Danger accompanied by his butler, Simmons.
Yes, I wonder if he really is a butler or if he's just some lackey, but regardless, he's there at ringside and he's a dangerous threat.
Indeed he is. Let's find out what Danger has got to say.
Shut up, idiots. Jack Xavier, you have disrespected me for the last time. Shut up!
I don't know who this man thinks he is.
Idiot! Tonight, Jack, I am going to take away from you what is most dear to you. Your lovely Cammy. Shut up! Simmons, make sure when we have her, we're out of here quick smart. Get the roll started, because the faster we're out this rat-infested grease pit, the better. Shut
And here he comes, Jack Xavier.
Cammy coming down to ringside with him. Obviously, she's been allowed to come down to Jack until the stipulation will stay, though, that Cammy will go with whoever wins this match.
And I'm sure the Duke would like nothing better than to have Cammy with him for those 30 days, and I just hate to think what he's got in store for her.
With him as a maid now. Come on, let's keep this above board. Jack Xavier, I mean, he's like Cammy's best friend, and he wouldn't want that bond broken. And I'm sure Jack would love to embarrass the Duke by putting him in a maid's outfit and making him serve Jack and Cammy tea and crumpets for the next 30 days.
I don't know about you, my friend Nick London, but I think that Paul Xavier is one of the most improved wrestlers in the FWA over the past few years, and he's got a great future ahead of him. Look at that, the Duke of Danger tries to go for a shortcut, but Xavier blocks it. Irish whip reversed. Xavier comes off the rope, ducks the clothesline, goes to the backslide. The Duke of Danger flips over. Irish whip by Xavier, misses the chop. Hip toss, beautifully executed there by Xavier.
Jack Xavier nearly became Rookie of the Year in a vote. Unfortunately, he was picked by James Tighe, and I don't think there's any shame losing to that man. But Jack Xavier really does, and he is on his way up. But it's not about the future, it's about this match right now.
Did you see that? Simmons is the difference maker, distracting the referee, and all of a sudden the Duke of Danger comes in and takes out Xavier from behind, and now the Duke firmly commands.
The Duke of Danger is a bully, and it's a style that I admire. Like I said, I do like the Duke, but when you're talking about taking Cammy away, I'd rather be dead.
Well, that was a beautifully executed suplex by the Duke of Danger. Only got a 2 count, and look at them close fists. They are illegal. And this is a neck breaker he's going for here. Beautifully executed again, as are all the Duke of Danger's manoeuvre. He gets a 2 count from that and all.
Duke is very carefree when it comes to beating on his opponents. He calls himself Danger for a reason. I wouldn't want to go in the ring. Despite all his bravado, despite who the type of person that he is a very promising competitor.
Xavier with a waist lock now, and the Duke of Danger is trying to break it. He's going for that wrist lock, takes a waist lock himself. What's he still? Oh, a forearm in the back, a second forearm.
Duke's trying to slow down Jack Xavier here. Jack, for his size, is an incredibly quick man, and I'm sure we'll see examples of that later in the match.
That was a brutal release German suplex by the Duke of Danger. Very nonchalant come out and only use a 2 count from the Duke of Danger, but that was a beautiful manoeuvre there, really taking Jack Xavier up and over and dropping him right on his head.
Referee Andrew Coyne was there to make the count in case it was needed, and the Duke is staying on Jack. He has got control, and Jack to the outside. Good tactics, because that's where Simmons is.
Sorry to interrupt you, Mr. Nicklin, but I was just going to say, this is where Simmons takes advantage. And look at him, look at that little pip squeeze. What a waste of space
And look in the ring, Cammy's got the Duke. And I won't mess too much with Cammy, she's pretty feisty. But the Duke of Danger!
No, this is surely not going to happen. Get out of there, Cammy, quick as you can. Oh!
The Duke of Danger just bruised the flower that is Cammy, and Jack is gonna be peeved.
And look at Xavier, look at Xavier. What's he got in plan for the Duke of Danger here?
The Jack Xavier.
Oh, missile drop kick, he nearly took his head off.
For a man of his size, the man can fly.
But Jack Xavier, totally concerned with the care of his best friend in this organisation, and now he goes back to the Duke of Danger. Arm ringer now. Jack Xavier going for a suplex here. Duke of Danger blocks it twice. Arm by the Duke of Danger, kick in the midsection. Xavier with a roll and release X-Plex.
See, this is why James Tighe managed to pick him as Rookie of the Year, in my opinion. Jack is too stupid to make the cover. He wants to concentrate on Cammy. Don't get me wrong, if Cammy was lying there, I'd be like there with like a shot. But you've got to get the match won. You've got to get your priorities straight. And Jack Xavier obviously hasn't got them straight at this time, because now the Duke is back in control.
Indeed he is, but Jack Xavier's got to realise this. If he can't pin the Duke will have Cammy. Oh, backflip by
Wait for it. Oh! X-kick! That was Jack Xavier's trademark maneuver, and now Simmons is in, but gets a first kick for his worries. And now Cammy if this is what I think it is.
Oh, a drop kick to the testicles.
It's called the Cammy Crunch. And it's even more painful than it sounds.
With Xavier can't be preoccupied with Cammy. He's got to go after the Duke of Danger. He's got to take that because this man is dangerous.
I just want to note the referee did not call for the disqualification. The reason being is because the Duke enticed Cammy into the ring, so to speak. It was the Duke who laid out Cammy in the middle of the ring, and that is why she was in there. Thus, Jack has got himself an opportunity there.
Reverse Irish whip into the corner, a boot to the face of Xavier. The Duke needs to take advantage of this now. Will he get the opportunity to? Ties him up, DDT well executed, taking Xavier down to the mat.
It requires an athlete like the Duke of Danger to do what he's doing at the moment with very sore nether regions. He's climbing to the top, and you've got to believe that he has something special planned for the funky, chunky Jack Xavier.
Duke of Danger has something indeed in store for Xavier, but what will it be? High-risk maneuvers, as they say it, always carry a high risk, and there was the risk as he's crossed across the top row.
I have all the admiration for the Duke of Danger, but to be honest, it was very uncharacteristic for him to go up top, and now Jack is going to make him pay.
Oh, it's a beautiful springboard dropkick, caught him right on the back of the head, and now the Duke of Danger is in danger himself. And look at Simmons. Are you all right, sir? Tending to his fallen master.
Well, the Duke of Danger is obviously reeling from that springboard drop kick that he received. I mean, Jack Xavier, it's so impressive to see a man like this. However, I've got to wonder whether Jack ought to calm his game down and stick to the ground. But regardless...
Orihara moonsault, beautifully executed there by Jack Xavier from the turnbuckle to the floor. That was gorgeously done.
You know, sometimes, Paul, St. James, I often say how it's ineffective, these little cruiserweights hitting these dives and these moonsaults. When you're the size of Jack Xavier, you got nowhere to go but down, and you've got Jack Xavier on top. It's not a pleasant experience. And now the Duke is in trouble.
Well, unlike a lot of high flyers, Jack Xavier does intersperse mat based with his high flying. He is a very, very good prospect for the Duke of Danger with a low blow there, and that has just evened up the scores.
If the Duke of Danger could get the win here, I will hold much more respect for him. Jack Xavier, as of late, was embroiled in a hot feud with Mark Sloan in the All England title. He was unsuccessful, but only just. And now, Simmons.
Oh, the Butler Buster, he really broke him in half with that. And now the Duke of Danger needs to take advantage because he's got Paul Xavier where he wants him. Is this going to be the power? No! Oh, Tiger Driver, 1, 2, 3, it's over, and that is a win for the Duke of Danger, and that means that your worst fears have come true.
My worst fears have come true, but now that I think about it, seeing Cammy in a maid's outfit, wow, that's all I'm going to say about that.
Oh, and look at it, he's grabbed her by the hair. Obviously, he doesn't see it as a maid, more as a serving wench.
Serving wench indeed, and my lord, that is an image and a half. Cammy went to 10 to the fallen Jack Xavier, but Cammy was just torn away from her friend, her wrestler, her man.
This absolute snob, this buffoon, there's no respect for women, and he needs to be taught a lesson, but unfortunately Jack Xavier just couldn't get the job done.
And unfortunately, you're right, Jack couldn't get the job done. He's been knocked down a few pegs, but if I know Jack Xavier, he's going to fly back up those pegs, and the Duke of Danger had better watch out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next match this evening will be fought under Victoria de Montfort's stipulation. And this states that if any member of the old school loses his match tonight, he will be fired from the FWA.
This match just arranged tonight. Drew McDonald will take on a mystery opponent, and I don't know about you, Nick London, but I haven't got a clue who it could be. Have you anything?
I don't want to even think about it, Paul St. James. I mean, this is just another disgusting example of why Victoria de Montfort ought to be ousted of the FWA offices as it comes to being a commissioner. As intimidating and as imposing that Drew McDonald is, there's a couple of factors going against him. First of all, Victoria de Montfort kept this match a secret from him. Drew McDonald is coming into this match cold. He's had no chance to stretch, to warm up, to prepare. And if the opponent is as old school and as mean and nasty as Victoria de Montfort says he is, Drew's in a lot of trouble.
Well, let's just speculate on who it could be. Could be Fit Finley. Could be Kendo Nagasaki.
What about someone like, I don't know, Skull Murphy? There's so many different opportunities of people who it could be. It could be anyone.
British legend Jonny Smith. He is definitely old school and he is definitely a worry, but I don't know who it is.
Me neither, but it doesn't matter who it is. Regardless, I don't care if it's a midget. The fact of the matter is, Drew should not be put into this situation where his job is on the line.
Well, old school, new school, Drew's got to get it done and we'll see who it is momentarily.
Come on, who is this great opponent? Where's our great commissioner? Where's Victoria? Who's this person? Who can possibly be as old school as this man?
Well, gentlemen, how good of you to make it. I hope I haven't kept you waiting too long for my big surprise tonight. Now, Drew, I told you that I would get someone just as old school as you, and that's exactly what I've done. Just like you, Drew, he's wrestled all over England, Europe even. So, it gives me great pleasure to introduce former heavyweight champion and star of WCW, Dave Taylor.
What? What is this trick? This cannot be. Former WCW competitor, Squire Dave Taylor.
Dave Taylor, a former member of the Blue Bloods, along with William Regal and Squire Robert Eaton, This man has international superstar written all over him. He's been to Japan, he's been to Europe, and this man is definitely a serious threat to Drew McDonald.
I can't understand how Victoria de Montfort managed to get an old schooler to face this old schooler, where the stipulation is that the old schooler's got to leave. But regardless, Drew is in a lot of trouble. But look at a sadistic smile on Drew McDonald's face.
Well, Drew, sorry to interrupt you there, Nick, but Drew McDonald has been running roughshod over this show, and this is Victoria de Montfort's way of putting him in his place with this man, Squire David Taylor, an excellent mat wrestler, and he is one of the men who I think could actually beat Drew McDonald.
In his place, you mean the unemployment line? That's hardly a place that a man of Drew McDonald's creditability ought to be. But I saw that smile on Drew's face. If Drew can get the job done, it's only going to build on his already imposing reputation.
And that is a very imposing reputation. But Squire David Taylor is no cannon fodder. This man has international experience, and he is one of the men, the few men, who I think would take Drew McDonald down. But this is going to be a very, very interesting match to watch.
I have to say, when it comes to reputations, if there's anyone who can mirror Drew, it's Dave Taylor here. I'll assure you of that. This should be a good old school match though, and I will be looking forward to it.
Drew McDonald there making the ropes after David Taylor applied the arm wringer. Drew McDonald really in this one has got to use his awesome power and hopefully try and hit either the Celtic Crusher or the Widowmaker. Dave Taylor, as I said, has learned from the best. William Regal, one of the finest match technicians, has trained this man, and that makes him a danger in my opinion.
I have to say, you watch these two men feel each other out. They know where the ropes are. They are ring generals.
Look at David Taylor just applying the torque to the wrist. Drew McDonald nowhere to go because Drew McDonald is not one of the best mat wrestlers. He has built a reputation on brute strength and power, and that's what he brings to the match. Dave Taylor, a different sort of opponent, as you can see, really applying pressure on the neck and on the arm of Drew McDonald, and Drew wasn't prepared for this sort of game plan.
Much like his former tag team partner, William Regal, Dave Taylor is a mat wrestler through and through, and he's vicious as anything. I don't think people can truly appreciate just how intimidating these wrestlers are.
Well, I don't think that Victoria de Montfort could have brought in anyone any better than this man. This man is an unknown quantity for Drew McDonald, and this man can get the job done, as I said before. But back to the Dave Taylor goes, he's a veteran, he knows what to do, and Drew McDonald isn't with a young rookie here, he's with a man of equal experience.
You know, we've seen Drew McDonald being in positions where he powers and he bullies his way to victory. I mean, he goes against opponents like Scott Parker and he just throws them around like a rag doll. I'd like to see him do it here. but at the same time, I've got to believe that Drew McDonald is either going to hit the Widowmaker or he's going to hit the Celtic Crusher. He's going to take this one home and he's going to keep his job. Justin Richards didn't get the job done tonight. Justin Richards is out of the FWA, but Drew McDonald, I fear, is here to stay.
Drew McDonald going for the leg now, trying to take a body part away from Squire David here. But if you look at Dean Ice's face and looking at your face, Nick London, you look worried about this prospect. You are not happy with this choice of opponent as we watch Drew McDonald trying to take a leg away from Dave Taylor.
Well, I am kind of happy because we're actually going to see some proper wrestling for a change. But the thing with Drew McDonald is I don't think he should be in this position. If Victoria de Montfort can successfully oust the Highlander from Hell from the FWA, she will be rid of the two men, the other being Dino Scholar, she will be rid of the two men who started the old school invasion in the first place.
Just a little thought, man, then. What's to stop Dean Ice, if say Drew McDonald was picked, from recruiting this man, Dave Taylor? He is old school himself. That will be a very good recruitment for the old school if Drew McDonald was to lose this match.
I would love for Dave Taylor to join the old school, but we're going to have to do this one step at a time. Let Drew get past this obstacle.
As he applies the figure of four leg lock, really putting pressure on both the knee and the ankle of Dave Taylor. Dave Taylor wants to watch them shoulders. He may be forced to get pinned there. He needs to be aware of the referee at all times. The referee, as you see, checking those shoulders, making sure that they aren't on the mat. And David Taylor trying to break the figure of four leg lock.
Well, it's quite interesting that Drew McDonald is participating in this more mat game. We haven't seen him try and brawl it just yet. But if he does, I reckon it might be more trouble. Dave Taylor knows what to do in there.
As you can see, Drew McDonald trying to get some extra leverage there from Dean Ayers, really trying to pull back on the joints of Dave Taylor, and Dave Taylor really fighting there.
The event is called No Surprises, but with Kendo Kashin and now Dave Taylor, this has been a night of surprises. You're with us, me, Nick London, and Paul St. James. This is FWA, and this is a masterclass of a match.
It is indeed, and look at how Dave Taylor has reversed that. Look at the torque he's put on the back of the ankle and the back of the tricep on Drew McDonald. But Drew McDonald, as you see, has reached the ropes. Dave Taylor will be forced to break this hold, but Drew McDonald's manoeuvre has backfired on him.
Drew McDonald knew where he was and he reached the ropes, but Dave Taylor hasn't let go of the hold yet. I'm surprised Steve Linsky is letting this one go.
And look, but Drew McDonald says, you will not release this hold, you will leave it. Drew McDonald release, and look at that, Dave Taylor saying, don't let go of the hold.
It is obviously a battle of respect. Drew doesn't want any favours from the referee, Steve Linsky. And now Dave Taylor is upping the pressure on the right knee, I think, of Drew McDonald. And Drew is trying to relieve it, and he's managed to get it round, but the figure four is still on.
And look at him slowly, oh there we go, he released it. And finally, and look at Drew McDonald actually looks to be in more pain, oh they both look to be in extreme pain. But Drew McDonald actually lying on the floor, looking to be in excruciating pain here.
It's not often that you see Drew McDonald on the ground. I'd say I think Victoria de Montfort, I think if you ask me, she ought to be fired. This is nothing but favoritism. I know they're old school, but to be perfectly honest, I'd much rather have a federation where everyone can compete freely without fear of being discriminated against.
A cliche, why can't we all just get along?
Touché.
Right, and as we see, Dave Finley, bringing them both limping about, but I think it's Dave Finley who's actually in a better condition, and he goes back to his, he's really putting torque on, a spinning toe hold taking him up, really putting torque on, and look at him in the face of Dean Ayers, telling him to get out of there.
Steve Linsky stopped him from using the ropes for leverage there, but at the same time I think Steve Linsky can't quite see that Dean Ayers is assisting Drew McDonald.
I suppose you condone that sort of action. Let's have an old school match here. No outside interference, just two veterans going at it.
Well, I think it's fair when you consider that Drew McDonald has got the plate, the cards stacked against him. It shouldn't be like this. This should be equal. But when you've got Victoria de Montfort in an office with such powerful positioning, it's just Drew can't concentrate on the match.
Well, look at Drew McDonald. Actually, Dean Ayers asking for a timeout. Does he think we're in basketball here? There are no timeouts in professional wrestling. This match continues to a finish.
Usually these two men will be used to traditional British rules with rounds. I'm not sure that that the Highlander, Drew McDonald, is liking the fact that he's going to have to go flat out without any rest.
Well, Dave Taylor will be more used to wrestling the American style, having participated in American matches for the past 3 years. Drew McDonald, as you see it, likes the more traditional matches as he goes with those thrusts to the throat on Dave, and he starts to use his power and locks in a sleeper.
There's Drew McDonald now. He has a sleeper hold, and now Dave Taylor, the life, is being squeezed out of him. Look at the face of Steve Taylor. That doesn't look like a face of a former WCW superstar. That just looks like just another victim of the Highlander from hell.
Drew McDonald really in command here, really putting the pressure on. Dave Taylor needs to try and make the ropes, and that's exactly what he's doing. And look at Dean Ayers trying to get the ropes away from Dave Taylor.
Well, here we go, Steve Linsky now, seeing if he's out for the count. His arm goes down once more.
No, Dave Taylor, stop the arm from falling. He's still very much in this match, but he needs to get back to the vertical base so he can go out back at Drew McDonald and try and win this match.
See Dave Taylor struggling, but when you've got the weight of a man like the Highlander from hell, it's not an easy job getting up, that's for sure.
Yeah, Drew McDonald, very, very, very powerful and putting all that weight on Dave Taylor, but Dave Taylor's made it back to the vertical base. An elbow to the midsection. A second one, and Drew McDonald breaks the hold. Oh, European uppercut there by Dave Taylor. A second European uppercut by Dave Taylor. Oh, and a third one. Drew McDonald flat on his face there.
Those are three of the most powerful European uppercuts I think I've seen in the FWA ring, and the Highlander is in trouble. The Highlander is down. The Highlander is going to be screwed by the FWA.
A European uppercut followed by a standing dropkick, very well executed there by Dave Taylor. And look at Drew McDonald, very, very unaware of where he is, and Dave Taylor now taking down. He means business this
In
man.
most matches, if Drew McDonald were to walk away and take a count-out finish, that'd be questionable at best. But his job is on the line. He cannot afford to do this. Dean Ayers talking sense. But at the same time, Drew McDonald is doing a veteran tactic.
Oh, he moved. Dean Ayers really bought it there. The Celtic Crusher, it's all over. Dean Ayers has seen his man, Drew McDonald, keep his job and beat a very worthy opponent in David Taylor.
I was just saying before the finish of this match, Drew McDonald went outside, and it was a wise decision. He got his bearings, he slowed down the match, he got back in the ring. Dean Ayers assisted Drew McDonald, and the Celtic Crusher was hit, and that was it. 1, 2, 3, and Victoria de Montfort has failed in completely obliterating the old school faction.
This is the big one.
The challenger.
Now Victoria de Montfort has one more opportunity to screw a member of the old school. It's going to be the FWA champion and the crown jewel of the old school in Fleisch Barker, taking on this man right here, the golden hope, so to speak. Solid gold Scott Parker representing the new school that is the FWA.
We just saw before how Scott Parker in that title shot defeating Justin Richards at Vendetta with help.
No. What you have to understand is that Scott earned this match. He earned this opportunity, and I respect that. But I'm afraid Paul St. James that Scott Parker is going to be broken in half, courtesy of Fleisch Barker.
Well, Fleisch Barker winning that FWA title in pretty controversial circumstances from Doug Williams in that
it was an old school
wrestling match.
That's right, it was an old school exhibition, so to speak, and the FWA title changed hands.
Now, can I just take it back? Because there is a small matter of a man named Jody Fleisch. If you've been listening to Talk Sport Wrestling, you'll know that Dean Ayas, the head of the old school, has said that if Jody Fleisch can make it back to this event before the last bell, he will receive a world type shot against the winner, who he suspects will be Fleisch Barker.
I have to say that I think that was a very safe bet, courtesy of the Twisted Genius. I don't see Jody Fleisch suddenly materialising from Japan anytime soon. He's abroad, he's on pastures greener, earning his stripes elsewhere. The FWA is going to have to contend without him. Admit it, it's Fleisch Barker versus Scott Parker.
Well, that is the match we're going to see momentarily, but let me just say this. Although the last match was controversial, I will say this. Fleisch has beaten Doug Williams in a rematch, and he's also beaten Robbie Brookside in that very controversial matchup, which was also built up on Talk Sport Radio.
Absolutely. I mean, Fleisch Barker is the man. I think Fleisch is walking out with a title. I mean, I hope he does, because if he loses, he too will be out of the FWA, and my money is on that man there.
Well, sorry to interrupt you, mister, but we have seen in the past Fleisch Barker can take on the match, but he is not averse to going that top rope and flinging himself off on the opponent. He has no regard. He just wants to get the job done any way he can. And look at that, trying to intimidate the referee by any means possible. Get a little bit ahead in this matchup.
I have to say, both men have been on hot streaks. Scott Parker has defeated some of the best old schoolers, and vice versa. Fleisch Barker has defeated a good deal of the new schoolers, as well as men, like you said, Robbie Brookside and Doug Williams. He also has victories over Jody Fleisch. He's already got a victory. I don't think Jody needs to come back to lose again. Now we're handing over to Andrew Coyne, the referee for this contest.
Fleisch Barker, tonight this is what you will be competing for. The Frontier Wrestling Association Heavyweight Championship. However, before I can get this match underway, I've got an announcement to make on behalf of Victoria de Montfort. Victoria de Montfort has instructed me that Dean Ayas is barred from ringside.
No, this is not on. Yet, once again, stacking the card. What he's...
My name is Ayas. Get it right. It's not Ayas. It's not Ars. Anything that you idiots tell me, it's Ayas. Ayas, whatever. Victoria de Montfort has told me that if you do not leave the ringside, Fleisch Barker will be stripped of the FWA heavyweight title and awarded to Scott Parker as a forfeit. Dean, you've got the count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Dean Ayas is being counted out of the arena by a bleeding zebra. This is not appropriate, and neither was that hand gesture. But all the same, I still say Fleisch Barker will have this in the bag. Scott Parker is just going to be snapped like a dry twig. He's going to be crushed. He's got to watch out for the right hand of Fleisch Barker. It's like metal hitting you, but more importantly, Fleisch Barker will look to hit the flash in the pan.
Well, late the flash in the pan. Scott Parker has his own manoeuvre, and that is the Golden Arrow.
The Golden Arrow, I don't see it happening anytime soon.
And we're just waiting to get this match in the way. As I said, there is a challenge from Jody Fleisch that has been made by Dean Ayas. We have not had any confirmation that Jody is in the building or even in the country, but we are waiting for this to develop, and we will see this at the end of the match. Will he turn up? Do you think so, Nick London?
Jody Fleisch has to beat the bell to get his title shot. I've been sitting in the back all night. You've been sitting in the back all night. Have you seen him?
I haven't seen Jody play, but let's get back to the matter at hand. Scott Parker over with a flurry of force, and there, headlock tightly applied by Fleisch Parker. Scott Parker whips Parker in the ropes. Oh, a crushing shoulder block. Parker ducks. Oh, then that shoulder block. Leapfrog by Parker. Oh, and a drop kick by solid goal Scott Parker. Clotheslining Fleisch Parker over the top rope. Scott Parker with the early advantage and the early going to this matchup.
Scott Parker using dirty new school techniques here. He flung Fleisch Parker to the outside and then did a plancher onto him. It was horrendous. The referee giving a double 10 count, but I'm sure with the FWA title on the line here, and no surprises for in the Portsmouth Pyramid Centre, we don't want a draw. We want an outright winner. And we want Fleisch to win.
Well, you may do, but I'm not so sure about that. But we want the referee, unlike in football, to use his brain in this one. This is for all the goal. This is what it's about in the FWA. There's no higher pattern to reach, and we want this match to go to a positive finish. And as you can see, solid goal Scott Parker working over the arm of Fleisch Parker with arm ringers, really trying to take a body part out, as we've seen for most night.
You said a referee has a brain. He just got into the face of one of the most dangerous men in the FWA at the moment. That's Dean Ayers. Look back to the match. Fleisch Parker is, I can't believe it, Fleisch Parker looked to be in control, but Scott is going to the arm, hyperextending the shoulder. This is a bit of an old school technique, so obviously Scott has some intelligence.
Scott's obviously studied the old school manoeuvres because that was a beautiful deep arm drag, taking over into an arm bar. Down with a knee on the shot, and once again wrapping that arm up, putting pressure on two different parts of the arm, both the elbow and the wrist there, really trying to hyperextend that arm.
That's a key look right there. I've seen it in many martial art competition, and normally it will get a submission done, but Fleisch is a pretty damn tough customer.
Parker is willing to get the job done in any way he can. He doesn't have to care if he uses ceramic tails. He doesn't have to care if he uses tables. He just wants to retain that FWA championship. And as you can see, shoulder block to the midsection of this man, solid goal Scott Parker.
When I first came to the FWA, I remember watching Scott Parker, and he was essentially a bad boy, but he's been working his way up the ranks. He's been earning this opportunity. In many ways, the old school invasion was a bonus for him because it gave him the drive that he needed to get to where he is. The #1 contender to the FWA heavyweight title. Will he win it here tonight? Will he walk home with the title on his shoulder? And it's such a shame that Fleisch Parker's going to have to crush his dreams like so many eggshells.
Well, if there's one thing getting crushed at the moment, my friend Nicholas, it's Fleisch Parker's on because a very solid game plan that this man, solid goal Scott Parker, has. He knew what he had to do. He needs to take this body part out. He needs to ground Fleisch Parker, and he's going for a suplex here. Will he hit it? Yes, nice suplex there, well executed by solid goal Scott Parker. He's going to the top rope. What could be on his mind?
If you ask me, Scott Parker may be making a new school mistake, as I call it, but we'll see. Will it pay off?
No, it doesn't. Fleisch Parker getting his knees up there, blocking the splash, and now this is where Fleisch Parker needs to take advantage, and I'm sure he will.
Well, you see, there are many men in the FWA. There's many big men, there's many strong men, there's many quick men, but there ain't no man more solid as the current FWA champion, Fleisch Parker.
Oh, them ribs ran right into the barrier. Now, if you remember, in that title tournament, solid goal Scott Parker had his ribs injured by the anarchist Doug Williams. Now, you make a few, but your ribs will never ever fully heal and be back to 100%.
You know, broken ribs, injuries like that are things that will always linger throughout your whole career. And Fleisch Parker is an opportunistic. I mean, that's such an appropriate term. This man came into the FWA as Alex Shane's head of security. And when the old school came in, he took the opportunity, turned on Alex Shane, joined his old school brethren, and look where he is now. He's at the top of the card, the top of the pile, the top of the ladder.
This man certainly deserves all he's got. Beautiful snap suplex there. Very reminiscent of the Dynamite Kid. Took them up with the mat and drove him into the mat there.
That's what I was saying about being solid. Fleisch is more of a wrestler than a bodybuilder, but look at him. He's such an impressive specimen, and he can wrestle too.
He's going for them ribs of Scott Parker. He's got a game plan, he's following it. And look at that abdominal stretch, stretching the ribs. Look at that, stretching the ribs.
Flash Barker in beautiful positioning. The ref cannot see that he's got the top rope.
Come on, referee, turn around. This is an he nearly caught. He did catch him. Flash Barker denying it, saying I haven't done anything wrong. And there he goes again. Hand on the ropes, really pulling back, giving himself that illegal extra leverage.
Ring general. Flash Barker knows exactly where he is. He knew the referee would stand, but the referee caught him. Because of the referee, Scott Parker is back in control. What is this?
Hip toss into a leg drop, and you only got a 1 count. It's going to take more than that to beat this one. Flash Barker. Tight reverse chin lock, or elbow at the top of the head, back of the chin lock. Solid goal now, knowing he's got to ground this man. Just wear him down. He's not going to win in 5 minutes. He's not going to win in 10 minutes. It's going to take a lot of time and a lot of effort. Drop kick to the back of the head to beat this man. Referee count 1, 2, kicks out on 2.
You know, the key to Scott Parker's success is that, much like with the new breed earlier, the old school are forcing them to be so much more methodical than they've ever been. In many ways, they have improved themselves. And now, Scott could very well be 3 seconds away of being the top man in the UK.
But Flash Barker just caught him there and drove him from the shoulders all the way down, and that's a long drop. You're talking about a 6-foot drop there. And now Flash Barker once again in solid command of this matchup.
Flash Barker, simply put, is taking Scott Parker to school, and he's giving him the caning of a lifetime.
Irish whip into the corner. Drop Barker charges, but Parker gets his leg up. Parker now, he's going for the reverse DDT. Oh no, it's the Diamond Dust.
Diamond Dust, and it's an impressive move, but Flash is already up. This is the testicular fortitude this man has.
Parker charges. Oh, and a brutal landing on that runway. And now, will we see Parker fly? I've said before, he's a ground man, but this man can also fly with the best of them.
Flash Barker, I've seen him wipe out wrestlers and fans alike. He just doesn't care, as long as he gets the job done. But at the moment, Scott made that one mistake, and now Flash, he's the king of the world.
Oh, brutal! A slingshot straight into the steel girder, and that is solid steel, and that will hurt. I tell you that for now.
Let me do the commentating for a bit. Scott Parker used some dirty shenanigans just there, and now Flash Barker, the victim here in the FWA, whose job is on the line, whose title is at high risk, is just being berated here.
Shenanigans. This isn't Scooby-Doo. This is serious. These two men are competing for a prestigious title. The FWA title. Shenanigans has got nothing to do with it. You get it done any way you can. Dean IS was banned from the ringside. I oppose that decision because if Flash Barker wins this, that will make him a more credible champion in my eyes. But Scott Parker has to do this any way he can, and he is doing it. He's taking the outside, and what's he got in store here for Flash Barker?
More creditable champion. Excuse me, he is the champion. There's no more getting creditable than that. But what about the fact that if Flash Barker loses, he has to leave the FWA? What is Victoria de Montfort thinking of? Getting rid of all your good talent. I mean, what's going to be left? You're going to have a federation full of little stick figures doing flips and dives and whirly whirls.
Whirly whirls, I mean, get a grip, my friend. Good God, this is a wrestling promotion. Scott Parker isn't using whirly whirls or anything else you want to see. But look at this. Oh, and a brutal shot there by Solid Gold. That was an old school. And now,
I suppose this is old school, isn't it? Here's stamping the groin. Beautiful, huh?
Well, I've seen Big Daddy use that one quite a few times, but it was a bit more powerful in his day. But look at that. Really, Scott Parker, he knows that this is going to be one of his only opportunities to win a major title, and he's going to do it anyway. Opportunities like this come along maybe once, twice, 3 times in a lifetime, and he's not going to waste it this time. He's going to get the job done, and he needs this.
Look at this. He's grating the flesh of Flash Barker's forehead on the railing. He is bleeding. He is open. The referee ought to stop this match and allow Flash Barker the privilege of walking out with the title.
There's a cliche, blood, sweat and tears, and right now Flash Barker is bleeding for the old school. He's bleeding for the FWA, and he knows that he's got a fight on his hands here.
The referee checking to see if Flash Barker's okay. The referee is allowing Flash Barker to recover here. I'm not sure Scott's going to be happy about it, but at least this referee's showing a bit of a fairness.
But Scott Parker just moves out of the way, and look at him. He's like a shark that smells blood, straight in there with a close fist. And the referee, the clubbing forehand in the back.
He just killed the referee. What was that all about? Fleisch Barker, that could have been your best friend at that time. And now,
he's going for it. The golden arrow. He's hit it. He's hit it beautifully. But there's no referee. 1, 2. Oh, he kicked out.
Obviously, the referee wasn't dead enough. Fleisch Barker needs to work on that punch. But regardless, the match continues. Scott is trying to revive the referee. He's up, but this gives Fleisch the opportunity. Fleisch in a pan!
Oh, he hit it beautifully. And now the referee. 1, 2. Oh, he kicked out. I don't believe it.
I cannot believe that both men have kicked out of the other's finisher. The golden arrow didn't get the job done. The flash in the pan didn't get the job done. Fleisch Barker and Scott Parker must both be wondering what they got to do to get the job done.
And here he goes. He's trying to set the flash in the pan once again. It's blocked. Another one. Scott Parker. He's going for the golden arrow. He's hit it again. That's surely it. Look at this. It's Mark Sloan.
Oh, Mark Sloan has just come in. He's ripped the referee out of the ring.
Get this little weed whacker out the ring. What's it? Oh, a low blow by Fleisch Barker. A roll up.
And the referee makes the count.
1, 2. It's all over. Fleisch Barker retains the FWA Championship.
But more importantly, Fleisch has his job. Fleisch will get to lead the FWA. And in case you didn't hear it, the final bell was rung. Oh, brilliant. The old school have come out on top. True, they lost Justin Richards, but look at them. They're on top here, and No Surprises 4.
And look at this. They're going to teach Mark Scott Parker a lesson now that he will never forget. Scott Parker tried so valiantly. He really did. But at the end of the day, the old school just had too many tools for him to handle.
Once again, you try and you fail, and we stand here with the belt and we say we have chalked it up because it's one more for the old school. Anything that must go up must come down. Well, you're too much of a pretty boy for our liking, Mr. Parker, so we're just going to chop those pretty locks off. Give me a hand for that hair. Chop in. You're far too much of a pretty boy. This business isn't about long hair. This business isn't about flips and dives. This business is about wrestling. And you were out-wrestled by the master. Boys, take him back and finish the job. Just like so many of the others, just like everyone, Victoria de Montfort tried to screw with us tonight. We lost one, but we gained one. We outsmarted her. Every time it happens, you try to bring us down. Conspiracy after conspiracy, and the old school stands firm. They throw Scott Parker at us, and he's dispatched by my man Fleisch. I said Jody Fleisch a challenge on the radio yesterday. I said to him, Jody, fly yourself over from Japan before the final bell. You can have a match. Where the hell's Jody Fleisch? He's not here either. Everything you throw at us, we send back. When is it going to end?
Oh, the music, and we know who this music belongs to. It's the Phoenix, Jody Fleisch.
No, this can't be. He was in Japan. Are they just hiding him out back somewhere? Has he just jumped off a jumbo jet? What's going on?
No,
There's Jody!
There's Jody Fleisch. What's going to happen here?
The fans are on their feet, but it's too late. The final bell has gone.
Springboard drop kick, and here's the referee. Obviously, this is going to be illegal. He's rung the bell.
The match is on. Fleisch Barker, Johnny Fleisch, FWA title on the line.
Head up. Fleisch get with Jody in the ropes. Ducks the clothesline. Jody Fleisch down with a headlock. Jody Fleisch is whipping the ropes by... Oh! Somersault puncher!
FWA, this can't be happening! Jody Fleisch shouldn't be in this match. Fleisch Barker shouldn't be in this situation. What is going on what is wrong with this world?
Jody Fleisch now going up, sets him up. Oh, he caught him! And a release German suplex by Fleisch Barker, dropping Jody Fleisch on his head.
If Scott Parker was the starter, Jody Fleisch is the main course, and Fleisch is going to eat up Jody for his dinner.
And once again we've seen Fleisch Barker going after that injured forearm of Jody Fleisch. Jody Fleisch not at 100% here. Fleisch Barker knows that. Oh, sunset flip. He's got him. 1, 2, oh, Fleisch Barker.
It's only going to take 3 seconds for the title to change hands, but I can assure you, it's going to take a hell of a lot to get Fleisch down for free, even if he already has had a match.
Springboard Hurricane Rana, taking Jody Fleisch from the air to the shoulders of Fleisch Barker, spinning him over, and now springboard shooting star press. We're seeing it all let loose tonight.
The Phoenix Star Press may have wiped them out for a bit, but Fleisch Barker is back in control, and Dean Ayers is letting the Phoenix know that.
Fleisch Barker ramming Jody Fleisch's back brutally into the ring railings, and now Fleisch Barker, oh my God, what a punishing maneuver to take.
Fleisch Barker is trying to snap the back of Jody Fleisch. The fans are cradling around him to see if he's okay.
Fleisch Barker already had a very hard match against Solid Gold Scott Parker. Fleisch has come out here, and Barker is saying, don't mess with me, I'm the champion, you're not going to take the belt off me that easily.
Well, you know, Jody Fleisch, he came in and everyone was cheering, but now all I can hear is a deathly silence. People realise that the old school are about to relinquish their last hope of the FWA title changing hands here tonight in the Portsmouth Pyramid Centre.
Fleisch Barker firmly in command here, whipping Jody Fleisch back. Look at Jody, he's spent forward. He's been on a plane to Japan. He's got to be feeling jet lag. The forearm not at 100%. Fleisch Barker has a chance to put Jody Fleisch out here for a very long time.
Yeah, the jet lag must be ravaging the body of Jody Fleisch and Fleisch Barker. But keep in mind, Fleisch Barker had just had a match with Scott Parker. In many ways it's equal, but in many ways I still think Fleisch is going to squish this bug.
Well, Fleisch Barker very methodical. Crossface, a kick in the chest, and a lovely clothesline. He's just taking his time, picking apart Jody Fleisch.
But both men are down, both men are ravaged from their own ordeals. But Fleisch manages to get Jody up, flings him to the rope.
Jody Fleisch, what's he going to set up here?
Think Jody Fleisch? No, he can't be. Jody Fleisch blocks the punch, kick to the head. And now, no. Jody Fleisch, dominant 720 DDT.
720,
oh!
720, 1, 2, 3, we got a new champion.
No!
We have a new FWA heavyweight champion, the Phoenix Jody Fleisch.
But Paul, Saint, James, you've got to ask yourself, what was the last belt? Is Jody Fleisch really the FWA champion? No. Steve Linsky has the belt. Who's he going to give it to? No!
Jody Fleisch confirmed as the FWA champion. The ring is filled up with the men of the FWA, the new school, and it's presented to Jody Fleisch.
This isn't a travesty. Jody Fleisch didn't beat the last bell. Controversy rules over. No surprises 4.
Well, I'm sure this controversy will all be settled on TalkSport. Dean Ayers, the head of the old school. I'm sure he's got something to say about this, and I bet you he's not pleased about it.
I'll tell you one thing, I've got something to say about this. I respect Jody, but Fleisch Barker got screwed. Thankfully, this wasn't the scheduled match for Fleisch. Fleisch's job is still with the FWA. But controversy rules, this cannot be.
The belt put around the waist of Jody Fleisch. The first time ever, the British heavyweight champion.
My name is Nick London.
My name is Paul St. James. We hope you've enjoyed No Surprises 4. We'll see you next time on Frontier Wrestling Alliance.